Okay, so yesterday I screwed up. I forgot to save my game. What I've done is I've quickly replayed up to this point. I've gained about 100 RU and 6 days in the process by not calling the Melnorme. I've got that. I came straight back here. I've installed the point defense system. I have sold the Zogfoot pick, so there shouldn't be much of a difference between this stream and the one that came immediately before it. I have gained 7 days though, which could be crucial. Alright, first thing first, we need to get into here. And then I believe we're going into this one. Just checking my notes. Yeah, this one here should take me to the very top left corner of the map. There we go. I want to check out this constellation here. This is the constellation that either the Slylandro or the Thradash, I think it was the Thradash mentioned, that the Ur-Quan originated from this constellation. I don't think there's anything here, but I want to check it out regardless. If I can find some little dudes to murder on the planets. Actually, yeah, I read the manual today and it turns out we're not murdering anyone on the planets. We're just stunning them. Which is, you know, deeply distressing. I'd much rather put them out of their misery. That will do. It's the second most valuable mineral resource in the entire game, so there's no reason not to go down there and grab it. Nice. Again, not more. Again, I'm not sure how much of this stuff I'll need. Oh, those are worth nothing. Virtually nothing. But worst case, I can always trade this for fuel. Regardless of where I am in the galaxy, so it's worth it. I can call the Melnorme, I can fuel up. Doesn't matter how close I am to Sol. They're worth 4, I may as well grab them. I've only got 2 cargo bays here, so I'm not terribly fussed about collecting mineral resources unless I see that they're valuable. Oh, big system. Yeah, I really want to see if any of these have an energy source on the planets. The game is pretty good about not naming constellations and planets unless it has a very good reason to do so. Oop. There's normally at least one exotic on those worlds. We have 3 planets there. That's the 4th one on the right. On the left. The other right. Ooh. Jackpot. We're going down there. We're collecting everything. Yeah, I'll grab those. Nah, screw it. Don't need them. I mean, they're worth 6, which is just under radioactive, but we do not need them. With any luck, this will be a rainbow world. It's not. It's trash. Alright, is there anything at this last place? If not, I'll check out Beta Hercules. Something about the Murnhammerm. I was wondering where the 4th planet was. Check the gas giants on the way out. This is where the Ur-Quan allegedly came from. Hello. Don't need the minerals. I need this stuff. I'm not going to be able to fit it all on board, and honestly, I'm okay with that. No, wait, I will. Never mind. Maybe. Definitely maybe. No energy signatures, no ships in orbits. No, nothing. I think it's too small to be a rainbow world. Yeah. Nothing. Wow. For a moment I thought about checking out the gas giants, but no, there's no point. Alright, if there's nothing here, then we'll move on. Nothing. So the Ur-Quan originated from here, apparently. I think these are all different constellations. They originated from here, but there's nothing left. Oh. Isn't that exactly where I just came from? How is that even possible? Oh, there's some weird shit going on here. Don't remember that ever happening before. Alright, we have escaped the dangerous pull of the gas planets. It is time to check out Beta Hercules. Right. My phone's gone to sleep. We're at a Spathy. They are here, apparently. That uses fractionally less fuel than going from Earth, but you add the 10 to it. Alright, very small system here. Metals. Nothing. Nothing. Is there really going to be nothing in this system? Wait. I didn't see that until I got much closer. Nothing again. Gas giant or bust. There's nothing here. There's actually nothing here. Beta Hercules was mentioned by someone or something, but there is nothing here. Alright, let me just update my notes while we listen to this wonderful music. I've checked out the Ur-Quan cluster. Beta Hercules led nowhere. So at this point we've got Procyon, which is just over here. And I think I can check them out already. Is there a supergiant nearby? There is not. So I can go there, burn 15 fuel, and see what's there. But one of my next goals is to go past a supergiant and have a chat to them on Orme. That one would actually be ideal because that's where I need to go for the Androsynth. Or spoiler alert, where the Androsynth used to be. Yeah, let's start by going to Procyon, and then we'll strike out from Sol in that direction there. But I think reality is I'll probably just end up driving all the way from there to there. Burn about 30 fuel in process. But we can listen to this lovely music. I think that black dot is moving a little bit too fast to be in Ur-Roth. Right, we are here. Anything nice down here? No. I'm looking for energy signatures and I just don't see any today. Energy signatures are basically plot-related things. Having a lot of trouble negotiating around planets today. Whoa! Sapphire World. There's probably a whole bunch of pink shit down there. Who is here? Report from orbits. We have explored the interior of the starbase and found it abandoned. Computer records show that the Ur-Quan put the starbase in orbit around this world after defeating the Chinjesu and the Mernhermerm. From what we can determine, the Chinjesu and Mernhermerm, who were assigned to this base, set up mindless robots to run the station, and then somehow returned to the surface of their planet, penetrating the slave shield. Holy shit. They have the technology. Further analysis of the starbase's databanks show that the Chinjesu and Mernhermerm were exploring synthesis schemes to create a hybrid race, half Mernhermerm and half Chinjesu. The robots who run this starbase are armed and will not permit us to scavenge materials, so we are returning to the ship. Same thing. I don't remember how I originally figured this out, but I think we have to do this.
We are the Chinjesu. We are the Mernherm. We do not understand how you have penetrated the slave shield or why, but in doing so you have interrupted the process. Explain this intrusion.
And if you played Super Melee, unfortunately, this is a massive spoiler. I need advice, dude.
Our wisdom is available. Detail your need.
How do you think we can defeat the Ur-Quan?
You must find some way to destroy the Sumatra. To do this, you will need a powerful weapon capable of destroying an entire planet. But that is not all. You will also require some way to distract the Ur-Quan to give you the opportunity to use the weapon.
Hold up. What is the Sumatra?
Though your presence here is a painful intrusion, we will always provide advice whenever you request it, Captain.
Yeah, that first sentence was very bad, but you cleaned it up at the end there. We're your allies, dude.
We cannot be of any assistance now. We are in the middle of the process. I will explain. After we, Chinjesu and Mernherm, were defeated by the Ur-Quan, we chose to be encased in a single slave shield on this world. As soon as the Ur-Quan departed, we began the process. We initiated a synthesis of our two species, our two cultures, one crystalline, the other purely mechanical. This process, fueled only by the radiant energy of our sun, will eventually produce a new hybrid race. And when the process is complete, we will crack the Ur-Quan slave shield and emerge from our chrysalis like a winged insect unleashed from its cocoon. Then we will be ready and capable to deal with the Ur-Quan, their battle thralls, and their dreaded Sumatra.
How long will this take?
The complete synthetic hybridization of the Chinjesu and the Mernherm species will require approximately 35 of your Earth years. This extended duration is necessary because our synthesis mechanisms are dependent exclusively on the light of our sun for energy.
That's too long. That seems like a terrible idea, but okay.
What you describe is theoretically possible, but it would pose a great danger to us. The process must be executed as planned, or it may fail catastrophically. We would be destroyed.
What are you doing down there? Well, we kind of know the answer to that question now. It was a trick. They said to the Ur-Quan they wanted to be encased together on the same world, and now they're up to no good. They're making a new race.
Though your ship's design is unfamiliar to us, we now understand that you are of human origin, and so we will share with you our reasons for accepting the status of Ur-Quan slave. In 2135, our great alliance burned within the crucible of sentience. Though our fleets of armed starships held back the hierarchy's grotesque armada for many years, in the end, the Ur-Quan unleashed a power upon us that was so overwhelming, we knew we would be annihilated if we did not submit. This unstoppable power, this ultimate weapon, was a huge starship, an unstoppable battle platform built by the precursors in the ancient past. Your vessel shares some similarities in design to the Ur-Quan's battle platform, which they call Samatra, meaning Great Trophy. The Samatra was many times larger than your ship and bore weapons and defensive systems that made it invulnerable to all of our technologies. It remains a mystery to us why the Ur-Quan fought us for so long without using the Samatra. But when they finally brought the ship into combat, the Samatra incinerated our finest brood home vessels from 10 times our own ship's weapon range. We had no choices beyond submission or devastation. Before the Ur-Quan arrived to accept our surrender, we sent one last message to your people, a message suggesting that your species do as we Changesu and Mernherm plan to do. We would accept the Ur-Quan's demands and become slaves until such a time as we found a way to destroy or neutralize the Samatra.
Speaking of it as if it's the final boss. Alright, nothing else.
Goodbye once and future ally, human. When the process is complete and we emerge from our chrysalis, I shall tell your grandchildren of our conversation this day.
Why, thank you. How do I make grandchildren? Alright, well that's two of our allies. We know where the Araloo are. The show Fixie are down to one person. I think the Cyrene and the Yahat are left. Is there anything else in this system? But that's what we came for, surely. Procyon was mentioned by I don't know who now. I just wrote down Procyon. I didn't write down who said it. But I assume that's what I came here for. So at this point, I either need to find a portal that's going to take me near here, or I just fly over there myself. Just reading my notes on what I've written down about the portals. There's one that will take me close to the Zogfoot, but I think that's around here. Okay, there's one that's going to take me left of Vux. Consider that it costs 29.5 fuels to get there. Well, let's try left of Vux. Hopefully I didn't mean to say right of Vux. We'll find out in a sec. Right, this one. I meant to say right of Vux. Shit. Alright, let's check out this constellation then. What was it called? Serpentis. You can check out that large star there. How much fuel is that going to cost? 11.6. I'll swing past Vux on the way back because we need to check out Beta Mara. Whatever the hell is there. Something is tingling, however, and I feel like I need to make a save game. I need to update my notes. Yeah, I don't see anything that will take us close to that Vulpeculae constellation. Apart from maybe lower Ur-Quan, whatever that is. We just dodged the Yahats. How you doing, allies? It's alright. The vessel looks intimidating and it's got massive weapons on it, but I'm really your friend. Also, this music.
What am I seeing on my view screen? It's none other than the flattened old face of our friend the human. But, old ally, are you not knowing that we, the Yehat, are allied with the Ur-Quan now?
What?
And your presence outside the slave shield and in an armed starship are clear violations of your oath of fealty. Whatever shall we do? It just isn't the right thing to kill you, human, but as a loyal member of my clan, I must obey the wishes of our queen.
I've got so many questions. Firstly, that accent. Secondly, you're with the Ur-Quan now. I mean, that explains why you're, not encased in a single planet or whatever. You're allied with the Ur-Quan. What the hell happened? We can ask him about the Bakunk.
As a loyal member of my...
Sorry. We can say something about the Shofixti. They uplifted the Shofixti. I remember that much. You're our allies, dude. What happened?
Your words are flying in the face of the facts, human. We are no longer being your allies. But unlike the nobles of our homeworld, we of the Starship clans are bereaved at this course of events. The Queen's decision to be joining the hierarchy pains us.
I think it was Veepneep or something. Yeah, let's try that. Let's call upon the Starship clans.
As much as my heart cries to aid ye valiant human, I cannot. Each of us is sworn first to our queen who has commanded us to treat ye as an enemy of the crown.
Please do not blow me up. I don't have a good counter against the Terminator. What about your honor and your pride?
Can't you see that you're killing me, human? The shame, the awful shame of it. What you say is true. We should be under the same wing, but damn your eyes. Our queen has given the Ur-Quan our allegiance, and there is nothing I can be doing about it now.
Can I murder the... Wait, Combas? No, not Combas. I need to make another save. Can we murder the Queen? That seems like the quickest, most efficient solution to the problem. Alright, well they're not attacking. I need to ask them about the Bakunk and the Shofixti.
Human, what are you doing back here? Are you totally off your perch? We have sympathies for your cause, 'tis true, but we must obey the orders of our queen, however much we may disagree with them.
I want more info.
We were not defeated, human. Never, never in the 2,000 years of the Veepneep Queen have the Yehat ever suffered a defeat. It is this fact alone that is making our loyalty to the Queen so strong. This is the unbreakable bond that keeps the clans together. When the Ur-Quan were entering our home star system at Gabon Serpentis, we had 1,000 starships prepared to defend our home. And then the Queen, she allied with the Ur-Quan, and the fight is over before it even began. Ah!
You sound upset. Where is it? Serpentis. Looking at my notes. Serpentis he has, so I need to write down Gamma Serpentis. Maybe I can have a chat to the Queen and we can sort this problem out. Yeah, an offshoot of your species. Tell me about the macaque.
The cowards live? This is unbelievable! This is a sad, sad day to be hearing this thing from you, human. I can't even say their vile name! The macaque is the greatest embarrassment our species has ever suffered! Do not be calling these wretched creatures an offshoot of our species! Better is to be calling them garbage or droppings! Better yet, do not be talking about them at all!
They're upset. The show Fixty. What's the story here?
If this is being a true thing, there will be many changes, but we are a species long ways in the ways of deceit. You must be proving these words you say, Captain. Send the show Fixty to us as a way of proof.
We can't say that. That's unnecessarily hostile. We've got one at Delta Gorno.
It is a trick then, isn't it? And nothing more. Human, we have been patient with you up to this point, but now you have gone too far.
Oh shit.
You've most skillfully rubbed the salt into our wounds, and you shall pay for it in blood.
Alright, now we're in combat. I don't have a good counter to this. Spathy's no good. I can just be shield. I think we need to go in with our flagship. And hope for the best. I don't know if I can do this. Yeah, look at that. Shielded. I can't take out the Yahas. I can just shield all that. Oh god. I just lost so much crew. Holy shit. I feel like loading my game, to be honest. Does my point defense system work? It does, but it's not terribly effective. Yeah, I don't... Oh, that worked. Managed to get a hit off on him, but I'm not sure how. Yeah, getting close range like that does not work. The only way it will work if his battery is drained. So something like this. And then that. Problem is the AI is very, very good at controlling the Yahas. Yeah, I'm not losing that much crew. That is a problem. The Araloo might be okay, but that's risky, and they're all going to attack us now. So, lesson learned, don't ask about the show Fixty. Maybe I can go to Gamma Serpentis and have a chance at their homeworld, perhaps.
Human, what we have this with
Alright.
We cannot. To be doing so would be a direct violation of our Royal Queen's commands. We cannot be giving you material aid, Captain. But perhaps you can make use of this information, Captain.
Hello?
When we were fighting the Great War against the Mycons, we encountered a number of odd worlds which seemed to be having their crust shattered. Molten lava ran across the surface in huge rivers, and dense metallic elements were abundant. But the strangest world we found was the first planet at the star at coordinate 639.5 231.2.
That is
the
very
Mycons
specific.
were guarding this planet with an almost limitless number of their pod ships as though there was something of great value there. We could never break through their forces, though we destroyed scores of their ships. Perhaps, if you fare better than us, or can somehow trick the Mycons to let you land, you may discover the secret and it may help you in your quest.
Do you just have those numbers memorized for when someone turns up in a precursor service vessel like mine? That is very specific. Alright, it was 639.5 by 231.2. I've got that written down. Can I get out of here without you opening fire?
Though honouring our past commitment, we are not. We will be letting you go in peace.
Good. Alright, while we are here, hopefully I can get out of here without any of you dudes engaging, because I don't have a counter to you. Where is Gamma Serpentis? Right there. Let's see if we can find the homeworld. Slylandro or Yihatz? Yihatz. Rainbow World!
Human, I'm beginning to think that you're touched for sure. You tempt fate and our sympathy too much, I think. This time, perhaps, we cannot be as much your friends as you would like.
Shit. That's probably the wrong thing to say, but I want to try it anyway.
We have fallen so far. We're not in the same great birds of prey your people were once knowing and trusting. We have each betrayed the honour of our clan, just as our queen is betraying each of us with her association with the Ur-Quan. If the valiant child species, the Sophicsy were being here today, the shame, oh the shame, it would be unbearable.
We need to go back to Del Gorno. We need to get Tanaka on board.
No honouring our...
We need to get Tanaka on board, clearly. The Sophicsy are not dead. Right, made it here. Yeah, Terminators are very, very good ships. That's got to be the homeworld, surely. Blue planets. Anything nice here? Yeah, I'll take him. They're almost worthless. That's better than nothing. How much have I got? 843, that's what? 1600 or so, plus a rainbow world, I think. Yeah, we're in a good position. Mode. I think on the previous stream I did use the Umgucaster to speak to the Monome, but I've not done so on this stream because I screwed up and I forgot to save my game. Alright, home mode.
It is a sure and a true thing that the alien interloper has now been warned not to approach Ker Zeep Reap, the Queen's high perch, lest it be blasted without further warning.
That seems reasonable. Ooh, we can say you disappoint us. Wow. What happened in the last 20 years?
It is a wondering thought that crosses my mind, human starship captain. Are you not knowing that the cause of our Queen and Empire is now allied with the fortunes of the mighty Ur-Quan? And that your presence here is being only the end of your life? Haven't you got the sense, human, to know this simple thing?
I'd just like some information, and also I have an escape unit. I'll be fine.
It is an unbelievable thing. You speak the words that ruffle our feathers and cause our blood to boil. We, the loyal servants of our Queen, bless her beak, will not be helping the likes of you or any of the traitor Yehat bastards you may have found among the ranks of the Starship clans.
Damn.
Our Queen has spoken the commands to us, and we are obeying her words. No assistance of any kind at all shall be given to you, human, so do not be making assumptions that you know a right thing from a wrong. Are you smarter than the Queen? Is that what you're saying, human? We shall not be giving you a scrap of meat, much less our secrets.
They're not our friends anymore. Yeah, that won't go anywhere, but I'll try.
Are you daft, human? Have you not heard our words? You and your kind are slaves, just as we, but you humans have been confined within a shield of slaves. To be found outside this self-same shield is surely your own doom. It is not a permitted thing for you to be travelling through space, and now we must be conforming to our queen's oath to the Ur-Quan. We must be getting about the business of killing you!
Alright. Let me find the planets, preferably without running into it. Like so. That's not a good position. Okay. Just lost a lot of crew. Yeah, okay. Clearly there's not much we can do here. Where is Beta Mara? All the way on the edge there. 20.5 fuel to get there. Yeah, I can teleport in around there, or to the bottom left of the Ur-Quan around here. It's probably the same, so what I need to do now is negotiate my way out of here and head to Beta Mara. And then I can swing past the Melnorme and check out whatever the hell is going on here as well. But right now, I think I just need to drive in circles for a bit. So I suspect that all of these dudes are very pissed off with me. I mean, you consider that each one is potentially up to 5 ships. I think 5 is the limit. Yeah, it could end very, very poorly. Ah, no. Failing that, I'll load my game.
Human, you try our souls with your return. What is it you be wanting now? No, we are not slaves. We are battle thralls.
That's the same thing.
So,
Alright, so I believe, going off memory here, I believe that when you encounter a Yihats in space like that, there's a 50-50 chance that they will either be loyal to the Ur-Quan or conflicted like that. Just going off memory there. I've lost a shit ton of crew. We're passing through Vux. We can take out the Vux with the Spathi. That will work. Hey, yeah, these coordinates. 639.5. 231.2. I've got that written down already. Someone mentioned Beta Brahe Micron Activity Sun device. And we just heard something about a sun when we were speaking to the Chinjesu and the Mernhamern. Beta Mara. Am I really next to a supergiant? I am, Zeman. Yeah, I can go back there now, can't I? Because I've got all the upgrades for the lander. Or more specifically, the heat shield. Nothing on NG. Gastron. Not much there, but I absolutely want those. Ooh, they're worth 5. I can bring back a load of those, so let's just go for it. It's 500 RU. That'll do. That's not worth it. That, however, absolutely is. Let's more of these things. Some of them are moving though. And those moving suns are actually worth a fair bit. Basically full, so let me go back down there because there's a fair bit more to gather. Is there really nothing here? There's nothing here? Who told me about Beta Myra? Well, I've got written down as Beta Myra VUX. There's nothing on the planet on the rice. I checked the energy scan pretty carefully, and there's nothing on the gas giant to the left. Alright? I don't know. I don't know. Let's go here, because I've got a feeling there may be some very valuable mineral deposits in this system that we can grab. And we've also got to pump the Mel Norme for information, so if you don't want to listen to about half an hour of dialogue, look away now. No, that's trash. I have to imagine that I left some stuff behind like that. I'll grab a load. But just one, because there's realistically only about 5.5 more loads that I can grab, and I'm full. I'm taking damage. I'm taking lots of damage. That's even better. I'll go for that one. Go for the yellow here, the yellow above it, and then the things on the rice. Holy crap. This will at least pay for the fuel cost and the crew costs. Realistically, I don't need much more than that. I just need something that can potentially take down Yihad Terminators. There you are.
What a coincidence. But, well then. What?
Yeah, I think I sold these on the previous stream, but I did not save my game.
The 913.
Alright. Information, please.
How wonderful, Captain. While you probably believe that the Shofixi are extinct,
Relevance?
having caused their sun to flare with a device identical to the Utwig super bomb, the truth is not so simple. There yet exists a chance to resuscitate this meta-marsupial species, though it will not be easy. The problem at hand seems simple. Bring together two Shofixi of different sexes, and the carnal gymnastics proceed.
Jesus.
Given the short gestation and maturation time of the Shofixi, you will have thousands of the creatures in 10 years and millions in 20. Finding a male of the species is easier than fluff.
Yep, we know that.
Simply visit the Shofixi's blasted star system at Delta Gorno. Captain Tanaka, or its sibling, Katana, shall greet you on your arrival. A warning. These warriors are old and fly in barely functional ships. If they mistakenly identify you as the enemy, do not return fire. Retreat and try to talk with them on their own level. The females of the species will be more difficult to obtain. The only supply of such remaining in the galaxy is at Alpha Cherenkov 1, included as part of General Zex's bizarre and beloved menagerie.
Vax.
Fortunately for you, Captain, Zex is considered, well, perverse by his fellow Fox. This is because Zex actually enjoys the presence of human beings. To acquire the Shofixi females, you will have to appease Zex, or kill him.
I like the second option. Okay, so you told me about the male Shofixi, way ahead of you there. Alpha Chernikov 1. That's where we can find the females.
The Ur-Quan are presently at war with a race called the Kora. They are fighting within a large spherical region of space, centered around the Craterus star group. Although it is probably too early to tell, it would appear that the Kora are winning.
Just writing that down. Craterus centered around the conflict. Whatever the hell that means.
No doubt you are familiar with an alien race called the Umga, who live in the Orionis constellation.
Yeah, I've blown up about 50 of their
While
ships.
they are renowned for their potent and often cruel sense of humor, they have outdone themselves in recent years. Specifically, they have used an unusual hyperwave caster
We've got that.
to impersonate the Ilrat gods, Dogar and Kazan.
Ah.
When the Ilrat began tuning in to the voices of their gods on their hyperwave receivers, the priest caste was understandably skeptical and counseled their many followers to ignore the blasphemous signals. However, in a surprise move, the majority of the Ilrat then rose up and slaughtered the entire
Jesus.
priest caste. The reasons for this ghastly move included overtaxation, lack of quality depth in ceremony, and the general feeling that the priests had made Dogar and Kazan's pronouncements overly complex.
And I thought female redback spiders were bad. Don't look that up, kids.
As you know, there are weaknesses in the division between dimensions. For example, Your vessel uses such weaknesses to enter hyperspace. However, there are other weak spots in the galaxy which lead to yet different dimensions. One such portal exists nearby,
Found it.
between the Chandrasekhar and Kolum Bay constellations. The portal opens only a short time each month, starting on the 17th. Since we have never entered the portal, we can give no more information on this subject.
I have the information. Can I sell it to you? It's where you'll find the little grey men.
As you are probably aware, Ur-Quan starships, you call them dreadnoughts, I believe, possess effective self-annihilation circuits, which prevent other races from reverse engineering Ur-Quan technological secrets. However, we have become aware of a shipwrecked dreadnought, which has remained largely intact.
Alpha Parvonus 7.
You will find the remains of the ship on the surface of a blue world orbiting Alpha Parvonus. We suspect you will find at least one item of interest there, possibly two.
We picked up the warp pod that enabled us to build the warp spawner, or whatever it is, with the Araloo.
You may have noticed the presence of an increasingly large number of red probe vessels, which move with great speed and attack relentlessly. We are sorry to say that this is our catalog item 2418B. Do not blame us. We are not responsible for this violent folly. The product is not being used in a correct manner. Should you wish to confront the actual wrongdoers, we suggest you search the planets in Beta Corvi for the probe's owners.
They straight up give us the location. That is a hell of a lot simpler than trying to draw a line between the Zogfoot Pick territory and a random star. Wow, didn't know that.
Not more than 50 years ago,
Before the
the
war.
Druge were informed by the now extinct Pervixes race of a powerful alien nation called the Utwig. The Utwig, the Pervixes explained, were pleasant, sophisticated creatures, but they were also terminally depressed and often spoke about ending their lives by activating a super weapon, some kind of gigantic bomb,
Can I have it?
which they had found on one
Oh,
of
shit.
their worlds. Zeta Hyades 6B, I think it was.
You
The
think?
Druge recognized the description of the bomb as a precursor planetary tool, which indeed was an explosive device of unrivaled power, and they set out to make it their own. Though the revolting, criminal, insidious Druge rarely leave their sphere of influence, it encompasses Algol, Almagas, and the Persei stars. They made a special trip on this occasion to the Aquarii constellation, where they made contact with the Utwig. There is a device commonly known as the Ur-Quan. Is it now in your possession? Ah, I see.
What?
The Druge sold this device to the Utwig, explaining that it was a precursor personal magnifier, which would enrich the lives of their entire culture in too many ways to describe specifically.
It sounds like a
The
scam.
Utwig, I am sorry to say, fell for the Druge's foul ruse and snapped up the Ur-Quan immediately. Fortunately for us all, the Utwig did not pay the Druge's requested price, the super bomb, and instead gave him a collection of historical oddments and genuine artifacts, which to this day the Druge are trying to unload on unwary buyers.
There was a lot of information there. Alright. Zeta Hyades 6B. Just writing that down. Got most of that, not all of it. So I assume the bomb is still there. It's a precursor planeteering tool. So Algol, whatever it is, Armageddon, and the Persei stars. That's what I missed. That is where the Druge are located. Query, I got that.
The Ur-Quan, who live in
Yep.
the Aquarii constellation, have grown very depressed of late. They accidentally broke the supposed Ur-Quan sold to them by the felonious Druge. As a consequence,
Felonious?
they are
Lovely.
morose and melancholic, and will probably be unwilling to help you fight the Ur-Quan. If you wish to gain them as allies, we recommend that you acquire the broken Ur-Quan, as if it ever worked, and find some suitable replacement parts.
How do I repair it?
Our information indicates that you could find these items in 3 different places. A rosy sphere at the Druge trade world, an aqua helix somewhere in Thredash space, and a clear spindle,
We've got that.
which is currently in the possession of the Peacock. Captain, that was the last current event we have for sale.
Wow, okay, I'm going to have more than enough credits. So we need 3 things. We've got the clear spindle. Rosy Spear is available at the Druge Trading Homeworld. Just Homeworld, I assume. The Aqua Helix somewhere in Thredash territory. We don't have an exact location. And they're on the move into Ur-Quan territory now, which is probably good because it's probably unguarded. Alright, what else do you have?
The Zakfatik are a friendly co-op of 3 alien species, all native to the same world.
No mention of the Zabrunki?
They are presently suffering severe collateral damage from the ritual combat between the Ur-Quan and the Korah. While this is unfortunate for the Zakfatik, they have been forced to abandon many of their worlds. This close proximity to the inter-Ur-Quan war will give them insights into the conflict, which will be of great use to you. In addition, the Zakfatik met the Chenjesu early on in the war,
Ooh.
and are eager to make allies who can protect them from their enemies. In case you are interested, the Zakfatik homeworld is at coordinates 400.0 by 543.7, Planet 1.
Those coordinates are on the 3rd line in my notes. It's Sol, Spathua, then Dazogful at Alpha Tucano.
The Ur-Rat are presently attacking the Peacock in the Lakali and Kruger constellations. These beings have slavish devotion to their dark gods Dogar and Kazan, which in the past few years has been used against them by the Unga. If you need to manipulate the Ur-Rat, we suggest you discover the Unga's technique
Oh, I know what they did.
and duplicate it.
That's telling us we can use the caster. I don't know if we need to though, because spoiler alert, we can send the Ur-Wrath after the Thredash. But right now the Thredash are attempting to get themselves killed by going after the Ur-Quan.
The Peacock are a mystical offshoot of the Yehat species.
Okay, they are related.
Who left their bird brothers long ago to found a peaceful enclave in the Kruger and Geitless stars. At the present time, the Peacock are defending themselves against the Ur-Rat, who have been commanded to attack the happy birds by Dogar and Kazan.
The Yunga did that.
The Peacock may be unwilling to make a formal alliance with you, but we have confidence that if you explain yourself honestly, they will help your efforts against the Ur-Quan.
They gave me the spindle and they gave me some ships. I don't know if we can get into an alliance with them if we get rid of the Ilroth.
The creatures presently fighting the Ur-Quan are called the Korra. They are an Ur-Quan subspecies who split off from the main species many thousands of years ago. Their present fight is a ritual reenacting of a major difference of opinion between two rival Ur-Quan leaders after the Ur-Quan overwhelmed their slave masters, the Dinyare. The Korra are immune to reason, having long ago lost the ability to see their situation objectively. They live in a self-maintained paradox. To ensure their safety and security, the Korra fight an endless battle against all other sentient species.
The Dinyari were their slave masters. And they're the same species. They're an Ur-Quan subspecies, but they're fighting each other over a difference of reason. Difference of opinion, sorry.
I must warn you about some very bad people. Is this worth so many credits? You ask yourself. I assure you, it is. The creatures are called the Druge, and they are a callous and evil race. They care for nothing but profit and personal gain through unfair mercantile exchanges. Why are you looking at me like that, Captain? It is not appropriate.
I think it is.
As I was saying, these wicked creatures will try to sell you commodities at unreasonably low prices. Boy, they almost give away fuel. Do not fall for their tricks. There are hidden costs, secret tariffs. So that you may avoid them, I will tell you that their main trade world is Zeta Persei 1. Why are you smiling, Captain?
Because you just told me where to find the Rosy Spear, which we need for the Utswig and their broken Ultron.
The Berdixies race evolved on the planet Arcturus 1. They lived there in a relatively benevolent manner until the Korra came and destroyed them during the course of 2 or 3 unfortunate days.
That was quick.
The Druge were largely responsible for the Korra finding the Berdixies. You see, the Berdixies were in long-distance, hyperwave contact with a race known simply as the Keg. For decades, the Keg and the Berdixies traded much valuable information until the Keg came under attack by an invading race who you may know as the Korra. The Geg warned the Berdixies that the Korra located races by their hyperwave transmissions and that they had already discovered the radiations from the Druge. When the Berdixies were kind enough to warn the Druge that a hostile alien race was homing in on their hyperwave radiations, the Druge shut down all their transmitters and erected a powerful hyperwave beacon on the surface of the Berdixies moon.
Clever.
The Korra changed course, attacked the poor Berdixies, and sadly destroyed them all.
Absolutely dastardly, but clever. So there's potentially something on Arcturus 1.
The Fradash are an arrogant, stubborn, and thick-skinned species who reside in the Draconis and Apodus star systems. They have little or no respect for anything but force, which they admire greatly. To make the Fradash your friends, you should consider killing most, but not all of them. In addition, they guard some kind of sacred relic at the star system Zeta Draconis.
We've been in there.
Though we do not know the true nature of this artifact, the Radash homeworld is at Delta Draconis.
I've been to Zeta Draconis, damn it. I didn't look at any of the planets in there. So the homeworld is at Delta, but there's something on Zeta. Just writing all this down. Radash homeworld. What was the other constellation where they were hiding? Apodus. Got Draconis written down, but I do not have Apodus. This music. Alright, so you are draining into my credit supply, but this is all very useful information. What else you got?
After the war, the Chenjesku and the Mern chose to be slave-shielded on Chenjesu's homeworld at Procyon.
Done that.
We suspect that they are melding their two species to form some kind of new hybrid race.
Also correct.
A race which may well be powerful enough to destroy the Ur-Quan single-handedly. However, by our calculations, this process will take many decades, if not centuries.
35 years.
Should you wish to talk to them, we recommend you invest in a hyperwave broadcasting system.
There we go. That's how I knew.
Which is powerful enough to penetrate the shield around their world.
That's how you figure out how to talk to them.
The Mycon are using this time, while the Ur-Quan have their attention elsewhere, to expand their sphere of influence as fast as possible. The Mycon colonize planets by launching tough spore pods from orbit and injecting them under the planet's surface. Months later, after the spores have grown hundreds of thick, fibrous tendrils under the planet's crust, the tendrils suddenly thrust up out of the planet and create huge calderas. Not incidentally, filling the planet's atmosphere with the Mycon's preferred gases, clouds of superheated steam and sulfuric acid.
Sounds like fun.
Following the end of the war, the Androsynth began experimenting with interdimensional fatigue, a process that is related to your faster-than-light drive, but involves dimensions far more alien than hyperspace. They had just made a major breakthrough when they were suddenly wiped out by a race called the Ors, who appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Actually, we don't know what the Ors did to the Androsynth. They're just all gone.
Dang. You reckon the Androsynth have been wiped out?
The Arilulale are a mysterious race of IDF beings.
Same thing?
IDF meaning interdimensional fatigue. They do not reside in this galaxy, or in fact, anywhere in this universe. While it is true that the Arilu are rarely seen far from the Columbe star group, they do make regular, secret visits to your world, and have done so for centuries. Ever since Earth was slave-shielded, they have focused their attention on the humans aboard the starbase, many of whom are now members of your crew.
Oh, lovely.
Though the Arilulale always smile and are never overtly hostile, we believe that they have a secret agenda, which somehow involves your planet, Earth. These secret plans may or may not cause grief and woe to you Earthlings.
Well, they expressed it as changing our smell to try and protect us from horrors that we couldn't imagine. The Elder Gods or whatever.
Just under 20 years ago, the brave and suicidal Shofixi annihilated their species by exploding a precursor device, some kind of bomb. in the interior of their sun.
Delta Gorno.
The resulting storm of solar flares cooked the life off the Show-Fixie homeworld and incinerated over 100 Ur-Quan dreadnoughts which had just entered the system to conquer the Show-Fixie. In actuality, there are still at least a dozen Show-Fixie left alive in
Yeah,
the
you told me
galaxy.
about them.
1 or 2 are at Delta Gorno, guarding the dead hulk of their once beautiful world. Others can be found in Vox space.
We're right here. That's going to be our first priority. I'm running out of credits, dude.
The Slilandro are a mostly non-solid, sentient race who live in a gas giant at Beta Corvi. We recently sold them a self-replicating exploration probe, which has somehow turned hostile and attacks everything it detects. If such encounters have angered you, Captain, please do not address your concerns to us. We possess a formal waiver of damages authorized by Slilandro Speaker and are in no way responsible for the situation.
Sure you're not.
The cowardly Static live
know
on
this
the
as well.
single planet orbiting Epsilon Grus. They do not actually live on their world.
They do now.
Rather, they reside on its airless moon. The reason? A xenomorphic species which craves the sweet flavored flesh of the Staffy has been transported to the surface of their planet and makes every attempt to devour the poor Staffy. I'm certain that the Staffy would be forever in your debt if you were to eliminate these creatures from their planet.
Hopefully that's it.
What? You fear the alien creatures will find you a treat also? Fear not. Our data reveals the beasts are not interested in your species. Should you wish to consult with the Staffy Ruling Council, you will need to know the secret Staffy cipher. A password,
Huffy Muffy Guffy.
which is Huffy Muffy Guffy.
Holy fuck, this is still going. I'll get through this one. I won't look at historical information right now because I'm low on credits.
Like you Earthlings, when the war with the Ur-Quan was lost, the Cyrene chose to be
Beetlejuice.
slave-shielded. Their new world is at Beetlejuice. The Cyrene starbase is crewed by the starship commanders and crew who were decommissioned at the end of the war. Though the Cyrene hate the Ur-Quan with a vengeance, they are unlikely to offer you assistance unless you reveal to them the truth behind the tragedy of their original homeworld, Syra, which was destroyed by the birth of a Mycon Deep child a century ago.
Now, I wish I'd been paying more attention to that conversation earlier. The Cyrene won't help us until we can prove, or... Was prove mentioned? Unless you reveal to them the truth behind the tragedy.
When the Ur-Quan entered Gamma Serpentis, the home star of the Yehat, their queen made a sudden change of allegiance and allied with the Ur-Quan hierarchy. They became Ur-Quan combat thralls. This act was viewed by most Yehat starship officers as ultimately dishonorable, the desperate act of a corrupt regent to maintain her throne. The Yehat shame was greatly magnified by the Show-Fixie show of courage when they destroyed their own star system to slow down the Ur-Quan armada. Captain, you have heard all that we have to say about aliens indigenous to this region. Should we learn more in the near future, we shall be certain to sell it to you. But
I would like to get out of here and start looking at some of these stars, if that's okay. Long ass conversation, but we've learnt a lot. that last part is why the show fixity, or not show fixity, the Hutts would say that if the show fixity still live, things would change. I think one of these might have been a Sapphire world. No, organic's no good. Nestle? No. Urea? No, that's... fine. I can see I'm going to go back to Sol shortly and refuel. And recrew. Right, we are near two things that we want to investigate. We've got Eta Vulpeculae, which is one of the stars around here, around the supergiants. We are also close to Vux, and we'll be looking for the Hyades cluster, I think. No, that is the Druge, never mind. No, that is the Utwig bomb, never mind. Just updating my notes. Vux, where are you, Vux? No, I put the show fixie further up on my notes. Alpha Chernikov 1 is where the females are being held. How far away is it? Let's see, Sextanus constellation. Yeah, I'm aware I could search for it, but I'd much rather do this. Indy. Where's the Chernikov constellation? I think Arcturus from memory is on the right hand side of the map. There we go. So, could go there. Could then go up to that supergiants. Then Delta Gorno, I believe, was down here. Gorno. Where was the Gorno constellation? Ah, it's down here. That's out of the way. Yeah, let's see if we can do this. Let's go after the females, and then we'll go after the male and see what happens. But I don't know what we have to do to get to the females. I don't think it's going to be as simple as just going to that planet and picking them up and flying off. I'll just avoid you. It's probably a Vux, and I can probably take that out easily enough, but I'd rather not. Even if it is worth resource units, I'd rather not. Right, no one flying around the system. Or maybe they're in orbits further in. Alpha Chernikov 1.
Ah, human visitors. What a treat. I am Admiral Zex. Please, do not be frightened. Unlike the rest of my species, I enjoy humans. You may know me by my reputation, my leadership of Vox forces during the war with your alliance. I assure you that this behavior, a sad necessity of those times, belies a much kinder, gentler being. Please be welcome. We can get to know one another, expand our interspecies relationship. But wait, how silly of me. You aren't here for polite repartee. You have come for my show-fixing maidens.
You are surprisingly perceptive. Yeah, you didn't attack us. We didn't get the converse attack option. It just went straight into converse.
Ah, such a good question. But you always were a bright species. I will explain. After the Great War, in which I played some small part, the Vox High Council, in recognition for my services, granted me this planet, so that I might pursue my hobby without disturbing the general Vox populace. I am a collector, you see. I have the finest menagerie of beautiful creatures in all space.
Charming. Yes, like a zoo.
Animals, Oh no, Captain, not mere animals. My menagerie contains only the most beautiful creatures in the galaxy. Each of my children, as I like to call them, has a wonderful set of traits which make them unique and special. Especially to me. I have a complete variety of beasts from as far away as Procyon and Vega. No, this is not just some zoo. I have worked diligently for many years to craft my menagerie, to gradually improve it. Perhaps you can't tell, but I am rather proud of it. Alas, there's one creature, one gorgeous animal which I do not yet possess. I would give almost anything for that creature, Captain.
2 questions. Firstly, by anything do you mean the show Fixie Maidens? And secondly, is it a siren?
What an interesting proposal. I never would have thought of such a wonderful idea myself. You are a genius, Captain. In answer to your question, yes, I accept your offer. Deliver the creature to me, and I shall give you the show Fixie Maidens. I will even provide you with a clue to finding the creature's native planet. My source for this information is an ancient wildlife handbook written millennia ago by some unknown alien author. The pertinent passage goes as follows. Demise. It basks in yellow light within the constellation Lynch-Na-Plo. We have translated Lynch-Na-Plo to mean approximately the long, thin creature who has swallowed the huge beast. I am afraid this is all that I know. I hope it is sufficient.
English, motherfucker? I don't remember this. Yellow lights within the constellation, the long thin creature who has swallowed the huge beast. Writing this down. Alright, that is written down.
Certainly, my smooth-skinned friend. My source for this information, written millennia, Demise. It basks in yellow light within the constellation Lynch-Na-Plo. We've translated Lynch-Na-Plo to mean approximately the long, thin creature who has swallowed the huge beast.
Yeah, I'll keep talking.
Because I like humans, Captain, I respect and admire your species. I do not share the bigoted views of most of my people. No, not all fucks, Captain. Most, but not all. It is true, when the majority of my people view one of your species, they are forced to regurgitate. But there are those among us who have grown beyond such childishness to take a more liberal view. We, the few sophisticates, are not subject to the whims and fads of current fashion. Our likes and dislikes are strictly based on personal preference. We see the beauty in you humans, the value in a long-term relationship. You are different, yes, but personally, I like difference. In fact, I adore it. Your physique is so wonderfully varied. Your multitudinous rigid appendages, your tiny double eyes, your varied skin coloration, and the delightful patchwork of hair covering only parts of your bodies, leaving other parts bare and smooth. I value your species, Captain. I see you as just people, like us fox.
Yeah, I was about to say let's end this conversation right now. Let's get out of here.
Goodbye, beautiful human. I hope we can meet someday as friends. Perhaps even more?
Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Let's get out of here now. Alright, so that clue. I think we have seen a couple of, I'll call this, long constellations. I do wonder if it's Possibly this thing here, or something surrounding a supergiant, perhaps. The long, thin creature swallowing a huge beast. I'm just looking for any patterns here that I recognize as a long, thin creature swallowing a beast. This I'm not sure about, and I do not remember it. Long, thin creature swallowing a beast. A beast makes me think supergiant. Nothing here is making me immediately think of a beast. But we're also looking for a yellow star. Like, look at that constellation, for example. That's about the only one which looks even remotely interesting, I reckon. You've got all these red stars surrounding a yellow star. I really don't know if that's it or not. Right, we are not getting the maidens, and we're not going back to Delta Gorno just yet. Where is this frigging Eta Vulpecula, or whatever it's called? Let's go there, and then maybe we can have a chat to the Siren on our way out. Let's go there. Long, thin creature, though, that makes me think of like a long constellation, like a whole bunch of stars in a line. But that constellation up at the top right of the Ur-Quan looks suspicious as F. Failing that, maybe we can just visit every single yellow star in the galaxy. Alright, where are we? Oh, I live in hope. I'll just ignore that radioactive down there and cry silently. That is the first time we've seen that. Look at that. Many energy scan signatures, many of them, and we've also got biological scan signatures as well. And this is a very safe world, apart from the fuel use. What are these things? Report from surface. Xenohistorian Kilgore here, sir. We have confirmed that these ruins are the remnants of the Androsynth culture. From the mass destruction we have witnessed, we can only assume that there was some kind of huge land war here within the last 5 years. However, there is no signs of orbital bombardment or invasion from space. Just a whole mess of buildings, shot to pieces. Probably the weirdest thing we've seen, or not seen, are corpses. Yeah, the Melnorme said that the Androsynth were annihilated, they disappeared. There aren't any. It's as though something appeared out of nowhere, blasted everything with nuclear bazookas, then grabbed all the Androsynth and disappeared. Additional reports, sir, from Science Officer Bukowski. We have located an androsynth scientific research station, and I've been trying to make some sense out of what is left of their central computer. As far as I can tell, about 7 years ago, the androsynth began experimenting with something they called dimensional fatigue phenomena. I can't figure out what this dimensional fatigue, or DF as they call it, is, but maybe if we explored another city, I would be able to find more information on this subject. End of report. The androsynth. Apologies, didn't mean to skip through that. Report from surface. Bukowski again, sir. We have found another research institute. Well, the ruins are one anyway. The computer here is in better shape, allowing me to learn a bit more about the androsynth's investigation into DF, dimensional fatigue. It would appear that their studies actually began over 10 years ago, after one of their blazer vessels discovered some precursor artifacts in Alpha Lalande. I need to write that down. I don't know if that's going to lead anywhere, but I'm going to write that down anyway. Don't think there's anything there from memory, but I'll check it out. As far as their scientists here could tell, the devices generated DF waves which would allow the user to see into other dimensions, realms of existence which share position with our own universe. But have a difference, what should I call it? Reality phase. Anyway, the androsynth had hoped that the dimensional fatigue technology contained in the devices would permit them to create new, faster forms of hyperdrive and hyperwave. Instead, when they began their experiments, they made contact with some kind of life form on the other side, a creature from an alien dimension. An elder god? The record is fragmentary here. I see a request to the central computer for information, data on reality aberrations, the mosquito mangi, and ghosts, poltergeists, and other malevolent supernatural creatures. The requests grow more urgent, almost frantic, and then the record ends. End of report. I don't see any other biological life forms on the planet. Alright, report from surface. Captain, this is... I can't pronounce that word. Ensign Hawthorne standing in for Bukowski, sir. Bukowski has found something, but in the process he has gone kind of nuts. When we first got to this city, Bukowski went wild because the science center was pretty much intact. He locked himself in their computer control cabin and spent about 10 hours alone in there. We could hear him mumbling to himself, then his speech got louder until he was shouting. He was scared, sir. Damn scared. We finally decided that we'd better check up on him, but Bukowski wouldn't let us into the room. He said that no one could ever know what he had learned, that just knowing was enough to alert them. He kept talking about them. Crazy stuff, sir, about how they could see him now, and they were moving towards him. Then Bukowski started thrashing around the room, screaming that he had to destroy everything before they saw us too. He did a lot of damage to the androsynth's computer before we stopped him, and I guess he must have hurt himself in the process. He's cut up pretty badly. You know, it's strange. He must have hurt himself worse than I thought. Now, when I look at him, it seems like he has even more cuts than just a few minutes ago. And boy, is he screaming. Based on the damage Bukowski wreaked on the central computer, I don't believe that we will find anything more down here. I think we have learned all that we can from exploring these ruins, and frankly, with all of Bukowski's ranting, I'm getting a bit nervous myself. Call us back to the ship soon, please. End of report. This is what the Araloo were on about. Dimensional fatigue, Araloo. The Araloo were trying to protect us. According to them, anyway. Who knows if they're trustworthy or not. Whatever it was that the Araloo were trying to protect us from, the androsynth found it, and there seems to be no more androsynth. I assume that's why I came to this star system, but I need to murder a bunch of dudes first before I leave. Jesus! Yeah, the manual says this doesn't harm the creatures. I have to do it though because the Nornorme's credit costs are expensive. I need that information. Just need to keep an eye on my fuel though, because I want to check out those dots, or those black dots outside the map in hyperspace. And I want to pass by the Cyrene before I return back to Sol. That's at least 400 more credits right there. All that's up. Alright, what is out here? Apart from a supergiant. Slylandro? No, it's the oars. Swimming carcass, so this one's for you.
This is a system message from ship's computer translation subsystem. Incoming message, extremely unusual in composition. Translation includes many lingual anomalies. Overall accuracy of translation is unknown.
Hello, Extremely. I hope you like to play. Some campers are not so good for games. Is it time for playing yet?
Yeah, these are weird. We're having some difficulty translating.
Yes, of course. Difficulty. Problems are difficult. Let's be special together. Spicy games are always fun.
This is definitely not what I was expecting from your voice. Not a seductive female voice like that. What can you tell us about yourselves?
Who are you? You are not oars. We are oars. Oars are happy people energy from the outside. Inside is good. So much good that oars will always germinate. Can you come together with oars for parties?
Why are you here?
Here is bright and smooth. The other place is hurt oars too much tired for keeping together. Other place is frumple. Oars are here now, but almost not yet. Soon oars are really here. You are help oars with party. Oars looking for you and find you. So much joy. Now, smooth place all the time. And after now, never going back to outside. Never.
What the fuck? I'm not going to ask you about the androsynth, not until I've saved my game.
Yes, yes. We are too friendly. Extremely happy sisters should correct each other for celebration. So much enjoyment. Shall we come to your house so that we can be relatives?
Is that your way of saying you'd like an alliance?
Jumping peppers. This is Smiley time. You are campers after all. We will start alliance parties for better enjoyment.
Right, well, they're not attacking me. I assume that is good. Those dudes are incredibly freaky and they can become very hostile very quickly, just quietly. Where was that constellation? Where's Alpha? Alright, let's just check that one very quickly. I don't think there'll be anything here, but the Androsynth... Look at all the ores. The Androsynth did say that they picked up some precursor artifacts from one of these worlds. And there's only two of them.
Campers like to say hello when they smell the ores. We have learned this. It is no function, but ores want to make campers happy every day. Okay. Hello. Now you are happy, I am sure.
Alright, I just saved. We need to ask them about the Androsynth.
I am say best word, Frumple. Maybe you do not know. Frumple be round yet lumpy. So bad. The asking about Androsynth is so Frumple, we are not happy. Do not asking it so much. It is better to not Frumple, or else there is so much problems. No more Androsynth is better.
They know of them. Are we in for the same face?
You are not same. You are happy campers, but already you know. I will not talking about silly Androsynth. Now is stop asking. If you are say the question another time, it is Frumple too much, and ores are dancing for dissolving the campers. I am clear. You are not so silly.
Dissolving sounds bad, which means we need to try it. This isn't really a question, but let's say you were going to talk about the Androsynth. If you were, what would you say?
It is dancing!
Is the alliance off? I think the alliance is off.
Go, go.
It's just occurred to me that this is probably the way to counter the Yihad Terminators.
Go, go, go.
That was bad. The Marines can go straight through the Terminator shield, I think.
Go.
Damn it. This is another surprisingly powerful ship.
Go, go.
I'll load after this. Can I shoot these things down? Oh, I should probably be using my flagship for this, shouldn't I? Yeah, if these things latch onto you,
Intruder, go.
that happens. They literally intrude upon your ship and start murdering your crew. So you will lose crew playing as yours using that function, but it's arguably worth it, and I do wonder if that's how you take out the Yihad Terminators. Right, come here, you. And yeah, the translation of their speech is super weird. Okay, we can farm these dudes if we wanted to. But I don't. Oh, look at that. We can take them out very easily and they give us a lot of money. But I think the alliance is off if I do that, so let's not do that.
Campers like...
It's good to see you, I think.
That is funny. You think you see ores, but ores are not light reflections. Maybe you think ores are many bubbles too. It is such a joke. Ores are not many bubbles like campers. Ores are just ores. I am ores. I am one with many fingers. My fingers reach through into heavy space, and you see ores bubbles, but it is really fingers. Maybe you do not even smell. That is sad. Smelling pretty colors is the best game.
I think the Aralu would be very interested to speak to you.
You are a silly camper. I am always ores. If I was not ores, then I would not be. But of course, I am ores. We are from the outside. Also, the Arilu Quick Babies are from outside. It is the same, but not. Ores are from below. Arilu are from above. Ores does not like Arilu. Arilu are too much trouble. We cannot have parties when Arilu always jumping in front. It make ores frumble so much. These are fat words. Do you want to play this some more?
I can completely understand this, chat. I hope you can understand it as well.
Yes, we do. Goodbye is the game. Hello, I am only joke. It is funny enough. Do not forget to enjoy the sauce.
Tell me where your homeworld is, please, so I can try and get some answers. And maybe a very important device that I need to finish the game. Anything here? No energy, no biological. One other planet here? I'm pretty sure there'll be nothing here. It's yellow, so what are the odds that this is a rainbow world? I know the odds are very low, but I can dream, can't I? I can dream. Nothing on the energy scanner either, alright. I have a chat to one more before I leave, but maybe it's time to head north.
I am expanding. It is so much squishy to smell you. Campers are the best. I have anticipation. And then what? Better parties in the middle for sure. I will tell again the many pieces. You do not know special things. Here is some. Time is not one, but many. Space is many. Colors are many. You are so sticky. You cannot slide like oars from outside to inside and in between. It is sad. But oars can pull the campers after being connected. This is soon. Oars are trying to pull the androsynth, but they are so silly they do not want. Arilu can slide. Also Ta'elo. Many can slide, but oars are better, of course.
You said the A word. I'm sure if I said the A word, you'll get upset.
Perhaps you have not been to the playground. The playground is for Taelo and for oars, but campers can go. It's more fun than several. The playground
Yes.
is 372.1, 261.9. Your silly numbers. You can go there for too much fun. Yes, we do.
If this turns out to be an ambush, I am well equipped for it. Well, my flagship is anyway. 372.1. 261. This one here. Delta. So once we've got that... Is there anything up here? No. Once we've got that, I will swing past here. Then I'd want to do a very quick check to see if I've got a quasi-space portal that can take me near here, because this looks sus as fuck. I don't know where else the maidens might be, and I don't remember the solutions to that. I think that's an oars following us right there. Right, so we are at the playground. Is it world number 1? If not, I'll be checking them all. Some radioactives down there. And some biological creatures. I wasn't going to go for them, but... I wasn't going to go for the radioactives, I should say, but... These are worth it. The shields make this so much easier. Right, where's the playground? I assume the playground is the homeworld. Blue planets? Orbiting a gas giant, maybe? Not there.
Happy pieces! I am squirting nice colors. Why? The reason. Camper friends have come to Taelo Playground. Why are you coming to this?
I'm actually stunned that it's a moon orbiting a gas giant. Wow. What do you mean by playground? We were told to come here by someone else. Another of your species.
Yes, yes. You say words, then I say. It is fun in between. More fun than dancing. Many gravity centers in heavy space make good party places. This is why we like the new town. So many campers, and then what? Even the playground. Such a surprise. At this playground, Taelo are making time jokes. It is too funny for the oars. Taelo are in heavy space, and next what? They spread to pretty space because Denari are chasing them. Now, Denari are sleeping, so Ors can chase them. Then we can have a party. They are even better campers than you. Do not feeling bad. You are good enough campers, but not yet.
What the fuck are you folks talking about? So Alo and... what was it? Denari are old species. So Alo are part of the milieu, the sentient milieu.
I will tell. This is Taelo Playground. Do you know? Taelo is not anymore the heavy space. They are not here.
I assume they're all dead.
To play with Taelo, Ors must spread into pretty space. There are so many good places for this here. Ors are happy. Of course, you do not know Taelo. You are campers. You cannot go into pretty space. Too bad.
I'm sure if we spoke to the Aralu, we could organise it somehow. Alright, can we go to the planet surface? To the playground?
You are asked if Ors are upset. Ors are not upset. You are happy campers. Certainly, you are only slow time walkers. It is not fun on the surface in slow time. If you want to go, that is okay.
I'm glad that last sentence made sense because I wasn't sure how it was going. Treasure world. Yellow stuff. Energy stuff. I need room. $226 biological material, 450. Doing math. I think that's 6 pieces of information on top of whatever else we've got already. Yeah, I don't want to lose any of that. I'll come back. 1.1 fuel use though. Report from surface. Captain, we have found an unusual glowing rock thing here on the surface. When we first noticed it, we thought it was a naturally fluorescing... Is that a word? I can't pronounce that word. Dike, but upon closer observation, we can only conclude that this object is artificial in origin. Taelo design. Those guys are sure built to last. Simple radiometrics show an age in excess of 20,000 years. Regardless of how old it is, it continues to radiate energy all up and down the EMR spectrum, with a concentration of emissions in the red/infrared range. Even though it weighs a ton, we will definitely lug this puppy up to the ship. One last comment before I sign off. Ensigns, Hodgins and Witherspoon have both reported extreme headaches and mental disarray whenever they approach the Taelo device. None of the rest of us have any problems, so either the ensigns are just being babies, or the Taelo device produces some kind of shield that affects only certain people's minds. Maybe the scientists back at the starbase will tell us more. I think we know what that's for. I think that may help us have a conversation with someone. A reasonable, respectful conversation which won't go badly whatsoever. Alright, let's go to Beetlejuice. Have a chat to the Siren. See what's up. And I will have a look at my notes in the meantime. After we chat to the Urs here.
I am expanding. Here is good news. 6 or 9 pieces ago, myself, the Urs, did not even smell your level. Can you believe? It is so silly. It is such a happy town. Then, the Andersons made some slippery places. And then Ors can smell it. It smells so good, Ors are surprised. I myself push the fingers into the new town, and there are so many campers. First, the Bucks. But they are such silly cows. They ask so much about the Andersons, we must dance with them.
Dancing means fighting,
Then
clearly.
we can smell the Arilu. Again, they are jumping in front. It is always... Nyeh. There is juice squeezing, and then we are not so frumple. Finally, we find you, the happy campers, and the Ta'ala playground for sliding through. Where are the Ta'ala? There they are. It is too much fun. We are too happy in this slow time heavy space. It is a better level for games. This is the everything story. Now you know. Yes!
I'm going to need to look at the wiki later. For a translation on all this crap. How far is it to go there? I've got a portal marked as dead center of the territory there, and that's probably going to be closest to get to that constellation up in the top right. And yeah, we'll definitely save fuel because that costs 12. It costs about 30 fuel to get there. Whereas if I use the portal spawner, it'll only take about 10. And then I can check out that constellation and then warp back to Earth. Hopefully I've got enough fuel to get back. If not, I'll be asking the Monorme for some fuel. I'm just deleting the Alpha Lande notes and the Ta'ala Playground notes. Beetlejuice. Just don't say it 3 times in succession, we'll be fine. Radioactive world? Balls. I don't have room for this shit. I think one load will do. That wasn't even a full load. Fuck. Alright. Going back down there. Gonna make about 50 room. Doesn't look like much, but it's all very, very precious and very expensive. I will definitely pay for the fuel costs and the crew costs. I suppose I better. The main problem I've got now is fuel cost. Yeah, it's specifically marked as a shield in the manifest. Alright. I don't know if this is worth it because really I'm ditching 100 to gain 100, if that makes any sense. Those are worth 5. And these are worth 6. This is almost not worth the time. When you consider that it's costing me, what, 26 in RU to get down here in fuel. This is only netting me a profit of about 75 RU. This is not worth it. That is absolutely not worth it. Not worth burning the fuel. Alright, guessing the blue world there. Ah, yes, the lovely blue world. Almost exactly like Earth, just a little bit cooler, 1.01 days. Less gravity though.
Attention, unidentified space vessel. Be warned. This slave world and its inhabitants belong to the Ur-Quan. I am Starbase Commander Talana of the slave planet Gaia. Your ship is not responding to standard hierarchy identification sequences. You are therefore classed as independent. And what? Is my monitor display correct? Is that a human commanding that vessel? Who
You
are
bet.
you?
Jesus Christ. We're professionals, chat.
Hello, Captain. But you haven't answered my question fully. Why are you here? Where are you from? Has the slave shield been lifted from Earth? Are the Ur-Quan finally defeated? Simply put, Captain, what do you want from us?
When did you last have contact with the Ur-Quan, if you're asking me that? Jesus fuck. It was a 90s game.
Look, Captain, I like you. Even though you're an obnoxious human,
That was quick.
I like you.
That was very
In
quick.
another time, we might have become good friends. Perhaps more.
I know what your
But
special
that's a
attack is.
fantasy, and my job is dealing with reality. We're not going to do anything to jeopardize what we've got here. We've come too far, lost too much, to ever risk losing Gaia, our new home. Don't get all judgmental on me, Captain. You don't know what we've been through.
I mean, yes, that's true, but our species has also been through the same thing. Knife included? Yep, on her right arm there. I'm not asking that. What are you doing here? I assume you're running the starbase.
When the Ur-Quan conquered us over 20 years ago, I was only a young girl living in Habitat 31. My older sister Diani was a starship officer in the Space Patrol. She was part of the final defense at Raynet. She didn't make it back. When the Ur-Quan caught us in open space, we all thought we were going to die. But then, instead of killing us, the Ur-Quan offered us a choice. We could join the ranks of their combat thralls, or we could be slave-shielded in our homeworld.
Same as everyone else.
Like the people of Earth, we chose peace. We became fallow slaves. When the Ur-Quan told us to return to our homeworld, we explained that we had none. Ur-Quan Master 9 explained that they had encountered this situation before, and if we would provide them with a list of our requirements, they would use their extensive astronomical data stores to find a planet for us. So we told them about Syra, about the color of its sky, about the abundant life forms, about the fertility of the soil and seas. Less than an hour later, we received a terse message from Master 9. We were to proceed to these coordinates and disembark. This was to be our new home.
Wow.
But our new world, Gaia, was everything we described. We'd been searching for a home planet for 75 years, and in the end, it was our enemies who gave one to us. I grew up on a small island off the main continent, and like all of my people, we lived each day under the sick, red glow of the slave shield. When the Ur-Quan arrived 7 years ago to refurbish and recruit the starbase, I was selected as the new commander.
Alright, that answers my question. The Ur-Quan were true to their word. We described a perfect world and... Well, Sirens described a perfect world and they gave a perfect world to the Siren. That's crazy.
When we first met your people, we've been wandering through the stars for almost 75 years, ever since the death of Syra, our home planet.
I've got that written down,
We joined your alliance.
along with Raynet.
And I use the word joined loosely, because we had no other choice. The Fox were raiding our slow habitat columns, and we had nowhere else to go. We fought for survival, Captain. Nothing more. When your people on Earth were defeated, the Alliance just plain fell apart. The Yehat and Shofixti retreated to their native stars and didn't want us to follow. The Ariru, those creepy little weasels, just plain bugged out. Vanished, leaving us alone, with nowhere to go, smack in the path of the oncoming Ur-Quan Armada. What were we supposed to do? Fight? 2/3 of our habitat fleet was unarmed.
Relevance?
Many aren't even superluminal. We were going to be annihilated if we resisted, and we knew it. When the Ur-Quan surrounded us and started giving orders that all ended with, "or die," we took them at face value. We obeyed. In exchange, they gave us Gaia, the planet below. It's a beautiful world, Captain. I wish I could show it to you. So don't misunderstand me. We love our freedom as much as anybody else, but we've got a good life here, and we don't want to lose it.
Were the Shofixti really the only ones brave enough to take on the Ur-Quan? Jesus Christ.
Like I said before, Captain, we would like to help, but we are unwilling to risk losing Gaia. Unless you can find a much more compelling reason for us to get involved, you're on your own.
The Monorme told us to speak about Syra. Let me do that first, though.
Our species are almost identical, almost too close a match to be just a coincidence. Our bodies are very similar, Captain. Except for certain parts. Our cultural development is also mostly parallel. Like you Earthlings, we evolved a society from primitive tribes whose main function were to protect themselves from the large reptiles native to our old world. The main difference between our two sets of cultures, the split in the paths of our development, occurred in what would have been your prehistory, say 5000 BCE.
That wasn't that long ago.
In your world, the agricultural communities were conquered by the more primitive, but also more aggressive migratory herding peoples. This led to a particular kind of sexual and political dominance structure which pervaded almost all of your Earth cultures until the early 21st century. On Syra, our only primitive migratory tribes were confined to our mountainous regions. Their herd beasts, the Waimar, did not do well in the agricultural basins and plains. The two cultures were isolated until much later, when the technological superiority of the farmers curtailed any major conflict.
What was it like?
It was our paradise, Captain. Our Eden. Earth is the only world we know of whose variety and richness of life even comes close to Syra.
This shithole?
Again, like so many other things about our two species, our worlds were very much the same. At least before you began encasing yours in concrete and plastic.
Okay, good.
Syra's gravity was a bit lighter than Earth's, and its day was 50% longer. Our diurnal cycle is therefore different from yours. We spend 20 hours awake, followed by 10 hours horizontal.
Define horizontal, please. You could have just said sleeping. The fact that you said horizontal is disturbing me.
This subject is very difficult for us, Captain, but I will try to recount those sad days. Like your solar system, ours had a large population of comets and asteroids. Large meteor impacts, though rare, were not unheard of on our planet. So it was not a total shock when an asteroid penetrated our atmosphere and hit the surface. What was odd was that unlike most other meteors, this one was not pulverized on impact. It penetrated the crust, and indeed went all the way through to the mantle, causing a supervolcano. The earthquakes caused by the impact were severe. The magma pumped out of the caldera wreaked significant damage on the nearby terrain, but within a few weeks it had cooled, forming a solid rock bandage over the wound. Within a few months, we had cleaned up the mess. The caldera was calming down nicely, and things were pretty much back to normal. Then, just over a year after the impact, All hell broke loose on the surface of Syra. Huge calderas were opening all over, not just around the meteor impact, but everywhere. The scope of the disaster is impossible to imagine. Entire cities sliding into oceans of molten lava, kilometer-wide sections of land pulverized by a cataclysmic explosion, and clouds of poison gas and superheated steam created a death shroud around Syra.
We know exactly what happened. It was a deep child.
Yes, I think so. Aren't they part of the Mycon religion somehow? We have recordings of Mycon hyperwave transmissions from the war. Pretty weird stuff. The Mycons just kind of rambled, never making much sense. They talked a lot about deep children and spears of light, but we couldn't ever understand what they were talking about.
Yeah.
What? What did you say? Human, you had better not be joking. Syra is not a subject for Earth humor. Now what do you mean, shattered planet crusts? How? That is what happened to Syra, yes, but we presumed it was a natural cataclysm, a meteor. Do you have proof that it was something else? These deep children?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I don't have proof yet, but it sounds exactly like the Mycons blew up Syra.
Captain, if what you say is true, it would turn my world upside down. You have no sorrow to match what each of us Cyrene feels every day of our lives when we remember what we have lost. Syra, our Eden. The very idea that the Mycons or any alien race may have been responsible for Syra's destruction fills me with burning rage. If it were true, none of us here would rest until we had avenged ourselves on the perpetrators. We would find some way to leave this starbase, locate our starships, and hunt down the evil monsters.
Hello.
Captain, if you ever gather proof of what you say, you must inform us immediately. But until then, do not mention the subject again. It is too painful.
Where is Syra?
Until then, Earthling.
Where is Syra? I do not have coordinates for Syra. If I have that, I can check it out and figure out what happened. I've got Beta Brahe, which I think is the location of, reading my notes, Sun Device. That is not Syra,
Hello
though.
again, pleasant human. It warms me to greet you again.
Nothing.
Maybe some other time, Captain. I can show you the hidden functionality of my uniform.
Oh boy.
Knife included.
Jesus. Yeah, that's a relevant question. Do all of these Cyrene are female?
When Syra was destroyed, the only people who survived were in orbit, and most of them were members of our newly established, mostly female space patrol. From their ships, their orbital platforms, and their lunar outposts, they watched Syra die. Within 3 days after the cataclysm began, the surface temperature of Syra had risen by almost 75 degrees
Jesus.
to above the boiling point of water. It became clear that Syra, our paradise, our Eden, was gone. The survivors spent years in orbit. They made a few missions to the surface and actually found a handful of survivors. But their main activity was to make preparations for departure. The Space Patrol fitted makeshift drive units to anything that could hold air, orbital factories, research pods, even hotels. When the fleet was ready, they left orbit and never looked back. The final population of our species was less than 10,000, with only 500 males, but they were the best and the brightest. For the next 75 years, our people wandered at sublight speed through the stars, looking for a new home.
I mean, I don't know where else the conversation is going, and I need the coordinates for Syra.
Don't worry about us, Captain. We make out all right.
Nothing.
Until then, Earthling.
So I just go after the Mycon and try and figure it out myself. Yeah, the Mycon are here, I think. Bisa Brahe was here. Somewhere. Alright, let me get out, make a save, and I'm going to check that constellation to see if that's where the beast is hiding. The beast for Admiral Zex. Who may or may not be in love with us. Alright. Let's see if I can get this. Dead center. Here. Hopefully that'll move me a little bit closer. Without having to burn too much fuel. Yeah, look at that. We just traveled from there to there with 10 fuel instead of 30. Alright. That's going to cost 19. That'll bring us down to about... can't do math good. It's too late in the night. It's going to bring us down to about 22. And that is enough to get back home. But it's possibly not enough to land on all the planets here. And if I need to summon a Melnorme, then I'm probably in trouble. Because we have a lot of very angry, very hostile ships chasing us, including this one here, which came perilously close. I don't know if we can get out of this system. Enough. What is with that gas giant at the back? Alright, I have no cargo space available. I'm purely just looking for biological contacts and nothing more. I don't know if I'm in the correct spot or not. Alright, nothing there. I'm kind of tempted to swap one of the cargo bays for a fuel cell. But it's a bit early to be thinking about that. .7. If I can't solve this puzzle, then the only solution I can think of will be to speak to the Melnorme. Purchase all the information out of them. Was I just here? No. Biological scan makes that look like a exotic world, like a ruby world or a sapphire world. It's very depressing. Back here. .3, that is manageable. Losing crew. Losing lots of crew. the Melnorme don't give me the solution, then I don't really have anything else to go off other than just look at the map, the yellow stars, and try to find something that fits the description. The cryptic description that Admiral Zex gave us. And this is a lot of material. I want the rest. It's fuel, damn it. Right, there's one more planet here, but if it's not here... I was really... No game, don't do that. If it's not here, then I don't immediately know where to look. I've got a horrible feeling it's not going to be in a radioactive world. But it could be in a mesa world. It's not here. It's not here. Just reading the description again. Yellow star, a long, thin creature. Swallowed the huge beast. I mean, I'm looking for any patterns here, like mouths or jaws or just long constellations in general. I mean, this here looks like a long constellation here. But I don't see any yellow stars nearby. Failing that, I suspect I'll just need to... I don't want to go into autopilot. I'll just need to start looking through yellow stars and hoping for the best, but that seems very, very counterproductive. Long, thin creature swallowed the huge beast. Alright, I need to get out of here and get back to Sol before anything else goes wrong. And maybe I can purchase a Or's Nemesis or two. The Conqueror on their way again. I think I've got to stop them because if they reach their destination, they're going to get annihilated. The Yahats don't want to know them. Right, so I've actually accomplished very little, unfortunately. I've had a chance at Cyrene. I found the ores. I've got a quest to do for the Shofixti Maidens, but I haven't accomplished much today.
Good to see you again, Captain. I've been waiting to inform you of a new situation. We have been invaded by an alien race calling themselves the Ors, though so far the invasion is a friendly one. The fish-like creatures have been stomping around the base in their robotic, walking exoskeletons, which look like combat vac suits if you ask me. Based on the summary reports I've seen on their Nemesis ship design, I have but a single comment. I like it. I'd say we have quite a nasty little surprise in store for the Ur-Quan the next time you tangle with them.
Working on it.
If you can keep this up, we'll turn that flagship of yours into a genuine dreadnought killer.
Just trying to do math. 9,500 RU just out of those two bays. Just by being efficient by what I'm picking up.
The analysis reads as follows. Subject to Ta'alo device. Data, whoever the Ta'alo were, they were clever, way past us, probably even beyond the Chen Jesu. As far as I can tell, with all our equipment, this thing is a rock. Just a rock. Nothing but a rock. However, if you feed a current into it, anywhere along its surface, Everyone on board this starbase who has Esper potential gets a bad headache. Well, we checked a bit more into that, and when the Taelo thing is active, all evidence of Psycon interaction is flatlined. Nothing gets through. Summary, if you keep this Taelo rock device thing on board your vessel, I'll bet you're immune to any form of psychic attack, or at least mostly immune. That's the end of our scientist's report.
We need to go back to territory immediately.
Certainly, Captain. What do you need to know? What aspect of history, Captain? We have some...
I think I've seen that.
Which group of aliens?
I've seen this.
Would you like... What about the war?
I haven't seen this. Alright, let's learn a bit about the war, shall we?
Earth got involved late in the game in 2112 when the Chenjesu arrived in our solar system for the first time. So let's back up a few years to 2098 when the Chenjesu super-sensitive receivers detected a strange signal from the Ophiuchi constellation.
That constellation
so
again.
Even the Chenjesu didn't know it. It was the first sign of the Ur-Quan's arrival. The Ur-Quan, having detected the presence of many sentient species, were beaming out an exulting hunting cry. The first direct evidence of the Ur-Quan's intent was the sudden conquest of the Umga, a solitary though not unfriendly species in the Orionis constellation. The Chenjesu, distraught by the invasion, were further angered when the Ur-Quan turned their fleets on the hostile but weak Ilrath race. A hastily assembled defense force of Myrna-Herm and Chenjesu vessels turned the Ur-Quan fleet aside, but the invader moved into Spathi space, rapidly subjugating that race. With each new conquest, the Ur-Quan fleet grew larger as it added slave vessels to its ranks. Earth joined the Chenjesu to form the Alliance of Free Stars at about the same time as the Androsynth stars fell to the Ur-Quan Armada. Before the ink was dry on our agreement with the Chenjesu in 2116, a new race appeared in orbit around the moon and asked for admittance to the Alliance.
Arilu.
It was the Arilu Lalile. Timing seemed unusual, and the Arilu were definitely weird, looking like saucer men from Mars, but we were too busy cranking up our mothballed heavy industry that we really didn't pay it much attention at the time.
During?
At the start of the war, here on Earth, we were working like crazy, churning out hundreds of heavy cruisers and smaller support vehicles. The Ur-Quan were busy too. Unbeknownst to us, they had moved down towards the Luton Star Group and were attacking the Vux, who only the Yehat knew existed. Our botched first contact with the Vux took place in 2119, and it was the biggest single mistake we made during the war. After defeating the Vux, the Ur-Quan fleets ran smack into the combined might of the Yehat and Shofixti, supported by the first wave of our cruisers. Again, the Ur-Quan turned away from the hard spot to attack the weak, though we just thought they were running away. In fact, the Ur-Quan had found another independent alien race, the Mycon, in the Brahi constellation. The Mycon's voluntary submission to the Ur-Quan brought the return of the Ur-Quan fleets, now swollen with 100 devastating Mycon pod ships.
Only 100?
The last entrants to the conflict were the Cyrene, a race of space gypsies who had escaped the hierarchy by moving their vast fleet of slow-moving habitats into human space. With the side set, the last Ur-Quan offensive began.
And then we lost.
The Ur-Quan came roaring through Vux space and tried to push past the India and Mira star systems. Their onslaught was barely repulsed, and our counterattack made hardly a dent in the hierarchy forces, but we held the line. The coreward front remained intact. Over the following 10 years, there were many great battles between the combined Alliance Starfleet and the Ur-Quan and their hierarchy of battle thralls. Then in 2134, a dramatic shift in the balance of power took place. This must have been about the time the science research mission was sent to the planet of Vela. Our fleets were pushed back from the Indy-Mira line beyond Raynet. Holding Rigel caused grievously in Chenjesu forces, and the Ur-Quan, recognizing this weakness, shifted to focus the brunt of their forces on Procyon. That was the last we heard from the Chenjesu and the Myrna-Herm. A few weeks later, waves of ships hit us from all directions. When Ceres Station, our outpost on the asteroid belt, fell to the hierarchy, we knew we were beaten, but we fought on anyway. 3 days later, the Ur-Quan vaporized our last remaining laser forts on the moon, and the dreadnoughts took up geosynchronous position above Rome, Moscow, Beijing, Tokyo, London, Buenos Aires, and Washington. We'd lost the war, and we knew it. But the Ur-Quan decided to make it real clear. And that's why if you check any of our most recent maps, you won't find Buenos Aires.
Damn.
After the UN submitted their formal surrender, we were given a week to decide the nature of our servitude. The Ur-Quan demanded that the decision be made through popular vote. When all the votes were tallied, Earth had chosen not to fight for the Ur-Quan. We had become a fallow slave world. We were given a month to withdraw all of our people and equipment to Earth. Anyone or anything left off-planet would be destroyed after the shield went up. Then the Ur-Quan broadcast an odd message. All objects of human construction more than 500 years old were to be abandoned. We didn't know what the Ur-Quan meant until they moved their dreadnoughts into new orbital positions and opened fire on the surface with their fusion weapons.
Why?
In seconds, large sections of London, Paris, and other European cities were incinerated. At first, we thought they were going to annihilate us after all. And we noticed they were also striking such targets as the Giza Pyramids, the Parthenon in Athens, and Stonehenge. Curiously, the United States was almost untouched. The flaming rain lasted 40 hellish hours. It took days after we crawled from our smoldering shelters to realize what the Ur-Quan had done. Our new masters had targeted every building, monument, or other man-made construction older than 500 years and destroyed it. In those 2 days, we lost most of the history of mankind. In some cases, the Ur-Quan destroyed places we did not even suspect were significant. From their positions in orbit, the dreadnoughts blew away a kilometer of land in central Iraq, vaporized several targets in the Amazon rainforest, punched a big hole through the Antarctic ice cap to destroy something deep under the surface, and melted a broad swath of the ocean floor in the southeastern Atlantic. Then, just a couple of days later, the shield went up, and our contact with the outside world stopped. The next time I saw the stars was 8 years ago, when I was transferred up here to be the new commander of this starbase.
Why did they do that other than just wanting to destroy history, I guess? Something precursor artifacts, perhaps?
Would you like any information on any other aspect of history?
No, I'm good.
Sure. Anything else?
Have I exhausted everything else?
Can you be more... You need to build up... You need to use the resource...
Yeah, whatever.
What else can I... Fine.
Yeah, I think we've exhausted his dialogue at long last. But I suppose you can tell me where I can find this bloody show fixity maiden thingamajig? Oops. Interface is awkward. Right. Let's grab an Ors Nemesis or two. Right, how much? Got a fuel to Starship once I'm done here. 20 times, that's 20,000, that's nowhere near enough. Unless I'm doing math wrong. No, it's 2,000. 2,000, you fool, not 20,000. Holy shit. And yeah, the points defense system is installed, which means when I chose this thing to use against the Ors didn't launch Marines because it's smart enough to know that the point defense is going to wipe them out. I'm going to get rid of one of these and replace it with another fuel module. Or we can't fill it up all the way. That's fine. Alright, we're in shape again. So, where do I need to go now? I'm not quitting for today. I'm going to continue on. A long, thin creature swallowed the huge beast. Here, perhaps? Could it be in Vux territory? That was my initial thought. It would just be in Vux territory. Long, thin creature. I really, really thought that would be it. I mean, look at that. That is sus as fuck. What is going on with this little... I've got no idea what's going on here. It's not the halfway point. 87.6 fuel, that is not half my fuel. But regardless, I've got a few places I can visit. We've got Thradash, Zeta Draconis. They've moved back in. I sent them in there, but they've moved back out. Okay. I can teleport here and then go have a chat to the Thradash. I can then go to the Umga, perhaps, to their homeworld, wherever it was. I've got it written down. And have a chat to the Talking Pet again, because we're now shielded. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to the Thradash. Just looking at my notes. Upper left Ur-Quan. Bottom left right, whatever that means. I think that's how I got to Zeta Draconis the first time. Right, we're going in this one. Apparently the Aqua Helix is here. The Thradash are here though, so I expect it to be defended. Right, I have a grand total of 1 cargo bay to work with. Everything else has been sunk into turning my flagship into something that can A, fly a great distance, and B, destroy many ships. Oh dear. They're still relatively hostile.
Warning! You have entered Thradash secured space. There is nothing valuable here. Go away!
They respect power.
It is none of your concern, human. Now leave this world before we get really mad. Very well. Since we have a huge number of ships here,
Unlimited.
I guess there can't be much harm in explaining this to you. Provided you leave when we're done. So listen carefully. Below us, on the surface of this planet, on the dark continent of Funt, high on a mountain, in an ancient shrine, resting in a special ceremonial cradle, glowing with its magical blue light, is the... No, I've changed my mind. You don't get to know the answer. Sorry.
That was unfair.
Okay. I guess you're right. It was a bit cruel. I'll tell you. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, right. On the dark continent of Funt, high on a mountain, in an ancient shrine, resting in a special ceremonial cradle, glowing with its magical blue light, is the Aqua Helix, the most revered of all Thradash relics, the sign of any culture's authority.
We need it.
Okay, go ahead. Hey, wait a minute. You are after our most ancient and important relic, aren't you? You were going to steal it, weren't you? You are sneaky and deceptive, just like the vile culture 16ers. You shall suffer their same fate. Oblivion!
Let's go blow up some thread ash. Yeah, so these things have an afterburner. We just got hit. They have a very small dice, which does 1 crew damage, but they've also got an afterburner, which can be useful in the right circumstances. But against me, it's fairly useless. I don't remember how much damage it does if you connect it with another ship, like whether it's... Oh god. Whether it's 2 damage each or 4 damage each, not sure. It can be useful in certain situations. They respect power. I'm being very powerful right now. Is it unlimited? Maybe I need to just blow up random thread ash ships rather than doing this. I don't really want to have to use the 5 fuel cost to get out. I did save before I spoke to these folks, didn't I? I've got memories of just blowing these dudes up, and then they suddenly become friendly. Nice dodge. Jesus. Yeah, just like that. You survived that? Wow. I don't think we're getting through this. And the worst part is we're not going to get the RU for taking these dudes out. So I really need to distract the thread ash again or grab it while they're having a chat to the Ur-Quan. By that I mean trying to blow themselves, get themselves destroyed. Yeah, I don't think this is working. This is the Norme's idea, not mine. Meanwhile, I'm taking a shit ton of damage. Lost 20 crew. Get over here. Get over here and embrace your death. I'll do 5 more and then I'll escape. Alright, one more and then I'm out. Clearly this isn't the answer. I sworn this was the answer though, really. Yeah, look at that. 1 RU. Although that's crazy. Why is it saying 1 RU there and not the dates?
Be gone, stupid ugly ones. Leave before we break from our guard posts and give you a good tradashi. You will make no demands, stupid Captain Human Dog. Instead, you will die.
Alright, so let me see if I can make friends with them in some other manner. Because this clearly is not working. I'll load my game. It totally said 1 RU there. As if to say you're not going to get any RU out of this battle. Which makes total sense, unfortunately. Are there any other Threadash in the system? I don't think so. There's one to the left. They respect strength.
Oh, what a laugh! You are the least battle-worthy creature I've ever seen commanding a starship. We are the Ur-Quan fighting slaves of Culture 19. Please don't run away. We wish to be your species' new role models. Unfortunately, to do this, we may need to blast you into your component atoms.
How did it work out?
It was glorious, truly glorious, for the most part. It would have been entirely glorious, except for 2 factors. Factor 1, we lost over half our battle fleet during the 2-week fracas. Factor 2, of our casualties, only 60% were due to the Ur-Quan's enemy, the Dark Ships. The remaining 40% can be attributed to the Ur-Quan themselves. We can be certain that we impressed them, that each one achievement, due to the afterburner modification, we were somewhat harder for them to kill than when they conquered us in the first place. They were black as space itself, with only the occasional glint off their hulls as they turned to fire. Their weapons were extremely primitive, nothing more than fast-spinning discs of dense metal, yet they penetrated our defensive screens and inflicted grievous damage, purely through their enormous kinetic energy. The Black Ship's secret weapon is their Ring of Fire, which is very effective at short range. Hey, wait a minute! What am I doing answering your questions? Puny human, your time is almost up. Prepare yourself for defeat. Perhaps after we have made you our slaves, we can accommodate your wishes. Until then, we are strong, you are weak, and we hate weak. We do not need weak friends. We only want slaves and teachers. Since you have nothing to teach us and refuse to be our slave, then you are our enemy. Such logic must be obvious even to a stupid being like yourself. Huh? Yeah? What? You say what? Foolish, pitiful, small-headed being. We will destroy you and everybody on your ship.
No, you won't. I just want to impress you, dude. How did that miss? Yeah, I've really only got one shot here, and then I've got to wait for it to recharge. I can charge it. I can put more dynamos in there, but right now I don't have the room. Right, we're rich. Where is it? Devices. It's going to bring a Melnorme running, and I don't want to chat to them just yet, but I just want to spawn a few more black dots. We're on a timer here.
Attention, weak, ugly humans. Aboard that wallowing garbage scow of a ship. Unless you are even more inferior than we believe. And that's hard to imagine. You already know who we are. The Thradash of Culture 19. We are the original Ur-Quan fighting slaves. The cream of their elite forces. Your instructors in the harsh realities of life. It is time for your next lesson.
Yeah?
We like secret weapons. We will now give you the opportunity to give them to us.
Quick and easy way to make money.
Once again, we meet to exchange valuable tangibles. Isn't this fun? Not
Right now, but let me sell this. 1,370, that should be more than enough. 75 per piece of information, that's at least 15 pieces of information. Probably a lot more.
Inferior aliens, you have once again intruded upon the territory of the Thradash. This is a patrolled region of space. Your presence here is considered an act of war. How wonderful! We do not. Then such a...
I've heard that. I think I just need to keep blowing them up from memory. Don't know if that's a false memory or what, but... They are not friendly, they are hostile, and they give me money every time I destroy them, so... Oh, shit. This is worth it. If this doesn't work though, then maybe I'm going to have to speak to the Ur-Roth and get things moving again.
Inferior. This. We are...
Maybe I need to say the first thing. I mean, I either murder these dudes or I murder the Umga. Take your pick. Jesus. Right, where is the Umga homeworld? I'm not going to go there just yet, I just wanted to refresh my memory. While we're doing that, I just might as well just wait there. Where is it? Umga, where are you? Beta Orionis.
Perhaps humans can fight after all.
Never mind.
If our reports are accurate, we will test this hypothesis in the laboratory of life. In glorious battle. Your puny, inadequate weaponry is no match for the Ur-Quan Mark 6 blaster with its 4-megawatt energy discharge. Nor can your slow, bloated tubs compare to our flash turbo-boosted warships. We have nothing to fear, inferior aliens. You have once again intruded upon the territory of the Ur-Quan. This
We've heard that. Hostility.
hostility? Harm, harm, harm. We are not hostile. Hostility is unwarranted aggression. If you want to know about hostility, let us tell you about Culture 12.
I think I've heard this.
Culture 12 was so hostile that while they were on their way to their first great battle, Ur-Quan, the Battle Master, stepped on Nusco, the tactician's foot, causing him great pain.
Okay, I don't remember this.
The annoyed Nusco turned on his Battle Master, Ur-Quan, and sliced his body in half. This myth Ur-Quan's troops, who took it upon themselves to murder Nusco and his elite troops. The real trouble started when now dead Ur-Quan's master sergeants, Moon and Putt, started arguing about how to kill Nusco. Simple crucifixion or the slower lead tattoo technique.
Lead tattoo?
Argument was
Fuck.
resolved when Mood and his 500 troops were slaughtered by Putt and his gang. Well, this probably all would have gone down in history as a great day of learning for Culture 12, were it not for the surprise arrival of Culture 12's original enemy, the Yarjog and his cronies, who wiped out Culture 12's army, thus beginning the long and glorious Culture 13. Now that's hostility. We, on the other hand, merely want to kill you.
Sounds simple enough.
We do not need.
Yep, let's just keep blowing them up because their tune is changing. I'm in a hurry here, fellas. Guessing one is Milnorme and the other is Thordash. There should be more spawning, really.
Inferior this.
Yeah?
Bruno, you don't know the meaning of Pluto until you heard the story of Culture 3. How brutal was Culture 3, you ask? Culture 3 was so brutal that they maimed, tortured, enslaved, and in general brutalized themselves. You see, Culture 2 had made a virtue of stoic resistance to pain, stubborn fortitude, that sort of thing. So when Culture 3 came around, they had a problem. How were they going to impress everyone as being even tougher? Their answer? They would arrive at a battle, stand on a tall hill where everyone could see them, and chop off one of their own limbs. Then they'd wave it around, screaming and shaking it at their enemies. It worked. It scared the hell out of their opponents. They ran like crazy. You could tell who was a real war hero back then by how few arms or legs he had left.
Jesus Christ.
All the Red were quite different too. Instead of sturdy old warriors walking slowly past their reviewing stands, they tended to roll, and at a good clip too. To you, an inferior alien, this may seem bluntly stupid. The product of a sick, primitive society.
You don't say.
You couldn't be more right. Culture 3 was, as you can well understand, only the third Thrash culture, and was therefore far from the tempered perfection you have encountered here and now.
Jesus Christ. I like this race. I like this race a lot. They're fun to talk to, and they're giving me lots of money when I blow them up. With very little risk to myself. Ultimately, though, this is not why I'm here. I just want the Aqua Helix. Okay, Melnorme? No. Come on, just be friends already.
Well, humans have some backbone after all, but not as much as the Ur-Quan. A human ship is a poor second to the Ur-Quan dreadnought. Your weapons do not have the killing strength of an Ur-Quan fusion blast. The Ur-Quan are still your betters, inferior aliens. No, we will not answer any more of your foolish questions. Instead, you will answer our questions, such as who is responsible for those berserk red probes that keep attacking our ships. Are these devices your robot emissaries of death? No, don't answer. I can see it in your eyes. You've given it all away. I know the truth now. The only thing that confuses me is why do the probes approach from the direction of Vega?
That would be an interesting clue if the Melnorme didn't actually tell me the exact location. Vegas up in the top left corner. Thing is, sometimes they're opening with a different statement, so that makes me think that this is having an effect. This is taking a very long time. $2,501 RU. We're getting there. Just very slowly. Not interested. Can I find Mothradash just chilling in a system somewhere? No.
Back to the subject of the probes. We found one orbiting a strange planet in the Epsilon Draconis system. The planet causes our scanners to malfunction, producing a wildly colored image. The probes seem to be studying it. Is this true? Speak, human! Reveal the truth! Confess your crimes! Well, if you will not cooperate, we will have to extract the information from you in more painful ways.
Right, I found 2 rainbow worlds so far. I don't think I've been to Epsilon Draconis, but I didn't write down constellations. I think one was at Zeman. It talked about a white star. And the other was near to... oh god. Okay, we're done. The other was somewhere within 2 blue stars just on the left-hand side here. Over there. Where's Draconis? Oh shit, it's nearby. Alright, well while we're busy murdering the Threadash, let's find Epsilon Draconis. Just gather that up behind us and then encounter it when we come out. Okay, I got 3. Hopefully they don't dissipate once we get out of the sphere of influence. If they do, I'm going to be upset. Alright, we're looking for a yellow world. I can see at least 3. Biological material, only 2, I'm not interested. I just want to find that rainbow world and Keep on murdering the Thrash. And then maybe, just maybe, I can have a chat to the Umga. Is this it? And that's it. All that radioactive goodness. It's the second most valuable mineral, I may as well grab it. Yeah, if I can fill myself up with just radioactives when I get back to Starbase, that's going to be 4,000 RU. Doesn't seem like much, but it's more than enough to pay off the fuel cost and crew costs. Okay, they're disappearing. Is there a trick to this? Damn. Okay, this one's being annoying. Maybe if I go back to Zeus and Cronus now, maybe they've heard of my fighting abilities and maybe they'll respect me. I doubt it though. I really doubt it.
Admirable, admirable. We have never witnessed such awesome combat capabilities. You have destroyed so many of us. We are humbled in your presence. We thought you were a weakling, a coward, a pitiful, sniveling wimp. We were wrong, so wrong. You have shown yourself superior to ourselves, indeed even the Ur-Quan. We wish to learn from you, thus improving our culture. Give us your wisdom, mighty teacher. What is the secret to your success? Wait, I got it. It's the way you respond to our hailing calls each time we meet. Just as they say, first impressions are so important. So tell us, please, tell us how we should present ourselves.
I'm not doing that. Anything but that. Greet people the way we do.
Okay, I see. When necessary, we will be obsequious and kowtow. And the rest of the time, we will bluster at present. How simple. Now that we understand the nuances of introduction, great teacher, we have an even more significant question. Your devastation of our battle forces has shown us that our Culture 19 is inferior to your own. Therefore, we will adopt your methods, your techniques. But what shall we name our new culture?
I've got to do it.
Well, you're the one with the big starship. So be it. We need to learn so much from you, such as how should we act in our new culture? What is our direction? Our ethical base?
Give me everything that you own. Monty Python and the Marx Brothers, come on. Be kind.
Friendly? Kind? The wisdom escapes me. I guess I understand now. Being kind, being friendly,
Exactly.
and allow intruders to let their guard down. And when we kill them, they will be too surprised to react. What a great plan, human. You are truly a great teacher. We have much work to do to implement these sweeping cultural changes. Transferring from the allegiances and wars of one culture to another is a difficult and time-consuming task. We beg you, great warrior from Earth, give us time to make the changes you have suggested. Return later to see our brave new world.
How long is later? I'm on a timer here. Alright, well that went very well. Apparently all we need to do to subjugate them is just murder enough of them and they'll become our friends. I think Zeus was here, wasn't it? Indeed. Alright, can I approach this world now?
This is Gra of the starship Hot Pulsing Thrusters. Ho-yo-ho! The super strong human has returned to this, our most important planet. We, the glorious slave empire, bid you welcome. We orbit here, guarding that most precious of our relics, that which we hold most dearly, that which has been at the heart of all our cultures. Except for Culture 9, and they don't really count. We guard the object which transcends mortal realms, the Aqua Helix.
Yeah, can I have a look at it?
Why, certainly. Go ahead and land on the planet, and take a look at the most precious of all our relics. The relic we hold most dear, as have all our cultures.
That was an ordeal. We're just here to steal the thing. Honestly, that doesn't look like it's on a mountain inside a shrine inside a ceremonial casket. Just saying. Report from surface. Captain, we have discovered some sort of alien shrine here on the surface. The building is immensely old, at least 2,000 years. Inscribed around the perimeter of the cylindrical structure, shrine, whatever, are innumerable hieroglyphics which document the history of each of the 19 Thradash cultures. Thradash, whatever. From what we have seen, we have learned that the Thradash have risen to starfaring technology at least 3 separate times, only to nuke themselves back into the Stone Age again and again. The real surprise, Captain, was what we found inside the shrine. We knew the Thradash kept something down here, but we didn't know what it was until we went inside the shrine. In the exact middle of the structure was a tall dais of white stone. Set atop this dais was an immense aqua gemstone, somehow shaped into a flat, twisted ribbon, like a DNA helix. The aqua helix emitted incredible light pulses, illuminating the carnivorous shrine like a giant strobe light. At least it did. Until Private Hendricks decided to see what would happen if he grabbed the artifact. The helix immediately ceased glowing and has remained, I can't pronounce that word, ever since. We will bring the aqua helix back on board the ship for further investigation. End of report. Right, we need to get out of here, now. Are these dudes hostile now? Are you friendly? Hostile?
So it's you, the thief, the skulking little human weasel. We should not have left the Aqua Helix planet unguarded.
It was guarded.
You have shown us a weakness in ourselves, and for that we thank you. But we desire the return of the Helix, and since I suspect you won't give it willingly, eat flaming death, you grainy sucking pig.
I'm okay with this. I'm actually okay with this. Because you are worth money. How many are there? At least no more than 5. But that was curious. We didn't get converse attack. It just went straight into converse. Followed by automatic attacking. That's 4. Yeah, you've got no defense against me, dude. 4. 500 RU. Delicious. Yeah, it would be so much easier if I could just find a star system instead of waiting for them to come into hyperspace. Just waited here for about 10 or 20 to attack me, and oh god.
Ahoy, stupid human! You are arrogant and absurd. You took our wonderful, ancient, sacred aqua helix and refused to return it. This makes us mad, extremely mad. Prepare to meet thy doom, alien thief.
I can't see how many ships I'm fighting. Maybe we can be friends again if I just keep blowing you up. You murdered 2 of my crew. Alright, I just need to get out of here in one piece. That is most likely a Slylander, I reckon. We're heading to Beta Orionis. Don't remember where it is. $25 fuel units. Yeah, I think to start the next stream, what I'll do is I'll have a chat to the Melnorme, get the rest of the information out of them, and hope that we can find that beast. The Vux beast. Because right now I'm looking at the constellation map and I'm drawing a blank. I genuinely thought it would be in the smack bang middle of those 10 or so red stars, with the yellow one in the middle. Failing that, I can't say it's a yellow supergiant, can I? I don't know, man. Alright, let me just make a save, because we've made some progress. Alright, let's try this again. This accent, though.
Huh? Why aren't you dead? Oh, what a bummer. I will remedy this situation. Find someone who will kill you. Aye-ya! I cannot compel you. Your mind is closed to me. How can this be? I am forced to resort to more primitive measures. Unga Commander, summon your 10 combat ships and attack this intruder instantly.
We didn't get a chance to say anything. 10 Umga. Jesus! Yeah, these things are dangerous. They're virtually impossible to control as a human player, but the AI knows what is up. Halfway there. beautiful. Alright, one more. No, that's it. 870 RU. Just like that. We are rich again.
Hi there, friendly Starship Captain. You'll never believe this, but somehow the injuries I suffered when the Ur-Quan crashed triggered some kind of a personality transformation. I became evil and spiteful, cruel and nasty, whimsically unpleasant. You may have also noticed I gained some kind of temporary psychic powers. Well, I just want to let you know I'm cured, Captain. I don't know exactly how, but when you were fighting those Oomga ships, a chunk of the ceiling fell down on my head and gave me quite a whack. Ouch, oochie, it still hurts. When I awoke, the universe had ceased to be the dark and hostile place I had previously thought it to be. Instead, I was overwhelmed, yes, even awed by the beauty and perfection of it all. I also discovered that I had completely lost those wicked mental powers and can now look forward to a new life filled with happiness, butterflies, and goodwill for all. Your job is done, Captain. You have saved me. Now you can safely remove your psychic protection device and leave. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, why are you looking at me like that, Captain? Don't you believe me? You question my word? Okay, so I was lying. Big deal. So what? Boy, are you a pain. Do you know that? What do you want from me? My life? Oh, you do? Well, as an alternative, let me make this little suggestion. If you don't kill me, I'll help you do whatever you wish. Is it a deal, Captain?
I like you. You're a complete piece of shit, but I like you. What are you really?
I will gladly tell you my story, Captain. Gladly. I was indeed a talking pet aboard an Ur-Quan dreadnought. Those years are like a forgotten dream to me. Because I wasn't sentient, I was a dumb beast, an unthinking slave to the heinous Ur-Quan. Then there was a great battle. The ship was hit, severely damaged. Slaves running down the corridors, commands, counter-commands. Then there was a scream atmosphere outside the hull. There was a big explosion of light thunder. We hit the surface of a planet, I'm pretty sure. Next thing I can remember was the face of the creature you called the Arilu. I was in great pain. But the creature was kind. It did what it could for me by applying its own medicines to my alien form. I was transported off planet. I remember an all-pervading green light. Then we were at the homeworld of the Arilu. Again, Captain, forgive me if I'm not more clear, but I wasn't intelligent yet. Give me a chance. I presume my injuries were too severe for the Arilu to repair. Or perhaps I reacted badly to their medicines or something, because the next thing I remember was being moved back into a ship. Things grow dim. My next memory is being on board an Oomga starship. Wet flesh throbbing all around me, Oomga laughing as they worked on my body. It was kind of unnerving. Suddenly, like the explosion of a bomb, real thought flooded my brain. I don't know how or why, but the Oomga had discovered that my brain could be easily changed, improved, to give me true intelligence. What they didn't realize is it also brought back a flood of memories. Memories of my species' ancient past. From before the time the Ur-Quan castrated our thinking minds and transformed my people into crude beasts. I'm the only intelligent Denari left in this galaxy, Captain. Now you understand my lust for vengeance?
So if we kill you, we'd be committing genocide. Provide details.
I get the basic idea. You want to overthrow the Ur-Quan.
How do you know that?
Oh, good idea. Way to go. I too wish to see the Ur-Quan beaten, humiliated, destroyed, and I alone possess the unique ability that will help you achieve your goal. I can use my psychic powers to temporarily distract the Ur-Quan, confuse them for a few seconds. Presumably, you will use this moment to strike a lethal blow against the Ur-Quan. Such a plan cannot fail, Captain. We must see to that.
Only a few seconds? Really? How can I possibly trust you?
Captain, calm down. Be reasonable. Listen to me. I am nothing more than a single being, hardly larger than one of your Earth dogs. Woof, woof. My only weapon, My weak psychic abilities have been nullified by your protective device. I am harmless, but perhaps I can be of some small service to you. Consider this my hopeful attempt to compensate you for all the trouble I've caused you in the past. In the past, Captain, and now we look to the future. To victory over the evil Ur-Quan, I am your secret weapon against these tyrants, Captain. Don't leave me here.
I wonder what happens if we do leave him there.
It's all true, Captain. Every word. Now listen, and I shall tell you why the Ur-Quan did this to us. It was over 20,000 of your years ago, Captain, when an Ur-Quan slave raider landed on the surface of my world and began capturing my people, killing those that would not submit. How can I know this, you ask? These memories are embedded deep in my genetic structure. They cannot be forgotten. How we fought the Ur-Quan. Even then, they had a hierarchy of combat thralls, though then they called themselves by the absurd name, the Sentient Milieu. Ha! They were nothing more than thugs, especially those hideous Taelo. Those evil rock-like creatures were the worst of all. For fun,
They were immune.
they take one of our children and then roll over it again and again. Oh, the war against the Ur-Quan and their milieu lasted decades. Millions of our people died. But with the forces of truth and justice at our side, we were prevailing. Then, the Taelo made their fateful discovery. A shield against our only weapon, our weak psychic powers. With that shield, they were unstoppable. We had lost. But the Ur-Quan, they were not satisfied merely with our defeat. Our slavery, they wanted more. They wanted to punish us for our insolence in fighting back against them. So they devised the sickest, most cruel and perverse punishment ever imagined. They invaded our very genetic structure, hacked out enough of our minds to lobotomize us for all eternity. And then we were made their closest servants, their talking pets. This was our punishment.
That's your side of the story. Alright, come with me.
No tricks, Captain. No tricks. I fear you cruelly misjudge me. I am on your side now. Together, we will make a great team, Captain. This day, this moment, shall go down forever in the history of our galaxy. I am coming aboard your ship now. I will make a nest in the pressurized section of your ship's hold. When you wish to talk with me, I will be there.
Better not to talk to you if I can avoid it. Just while we're having this conversation, I'm very worried about the Pekunk moving over to the Yihats. I don't know if I can stop them this time. I might be too late. I can definitely go to the right-hand side of the Vux. I could even go back to Sol. Yeah, I think that's where I'll finish for today. Let's see if we can stop the Pekunk. And I might have another chat to Admiral Zex. Just see if he's got any more useful information to give me. So I don't know where to find this star. Agent Star, how you doing? I'll have a chat to the Yungbao later, perhaps. Alright, where are we going? Going to the right-hand side of Vux. And this one. I really don't think I can intercept them in time, though. See, I'm pretty sure the Yihat are just going to murder them when they come close. I guess the other option with Admiral Zex, maybe, is to try and murder him. I think that was presented as an option by the Melnorme. I wonder if any of the other Vux would be willing to give us clues. But what Zex told us was very, very specific to, I guess, him only. I guess he only has that information. Right, we're deep in Pekunk territory.
We are dedicated to returning home to heal our dysfunctional species structure. We understand that you mean well, but there is nothing you can do to dissuade us this time.
Not yet. It's the year of the swollen moon.
It is? We are so glad you warned us. No time to lose. We'll see you back in our home star system. Bye!
Excellent. Alright, so where was his system? Not Indy. Where's that one? That's moving fast. What the hell is that? I think it's another Pekunk. The one on the right down the bottom looks like a Vox. I wouldn't mind meeting another one or two just so I can blow them up to see if they have anything else to say before I blow them up. Sorry. Right. No one here. It was definitely Planet 1. Do you have no useful information for me whatsoever?
Why am I so blessed? My favorite friends, the humans, are back. Captain, it is good to see you again. You humans are so interesting, so beautiful. You know, I have many pictures of your species. I keep them on my walls to inspire me.
Yeah, I'm prepared to use force.
Oh, Captain, that would be such an unfortunate mistake. A grave error on both our parts. We have so much to learn from each other, so much to give each other. It would be such a sad loss if we were to fall back to the mindless blasting and killing that has marred our two species' relationship up to this point. Admittedly, as the acknowledged Vox military genius, I would find it interesting to face your one powerful alien starship with my huge personal fleet of intruders. But oh, what a mistake it would be. Also, I think it only fair to warn you, Captain, that in my campaigns, I collected many interesting items. Amongst these treasures is a precursor artifact, a warp nullification field that prevents nearby ships from making emergency hyperspace maneuvers from running away. I note by the scars on the rear of your vessel that you have made many such escapes. So you see, Captain, if you attack me, you will face the greatest military tactician in Vox history, commanding an almost infinite number of enemy combat ships, and the battle will be to the death. Surely we can find an alternative.
I'm pretty sure he's not bluffing.
Very well, to the death.
I'm pretty sure he's not bluffing. Zuck, so yeah. We're not fighting him, we're fighting other forces now. I'm pretty sure this is unlimited. Oh, the limpets. They're going to persist. Yeah, that's affecting my ability to turn and move. You lied, Zex.
Captain, you escaped after all. How remarkable.
Yeah, you lied.
Yes, I lied. Surely, if a small falsehood can prevent hundreds of unnecessary deaths, this is acceptable. Unfortunately, you saw through my falsehood, and no doubt lives were lost. Let us cease this mindless aggression before it is our undoing. Unfortunate, dreary, an unfortunate. Captain, even without such a device, you must understand the overwhelming forces I have at my command. You cannot beat me here. It is impossible. But if a fight is what you demand, so be it.
I think he's correct. I don't think we can get through this with fighting. Unfortunately, the flagship is just not powerful enough to one-shot it, unless I can actually get the side shots to hit as well. And we're taking a lot of damage here. Just give me the maidens, damn it.
Human, we should be friends, not enemies. The scope of our relationship can grow as close as you wish.
Yeah, we're not going to get this. Nope.
Human, goodbye.
He's such a weirdo. I mean that in the kindest possible way.
Certain I saw written maliciously.
Am I missing anything in my notes? The long ring. I can't speak anymore, I've got to quit. The long, thin creature who has swallowed... Reciting the words, who has swallowed the huge beast. Lynchnas Plo? I don't think that's phonetic for anything. Within the constellation... It basks in yellow light within the constellation, the long, thin creature who has swallowed the huge beast. So it's a single constellation.
You have talked with my Vox countrymen, haven't you? They are close-minded fools, bigoted in all ways. Call me what you wish, Captain. I choose to view myself as, well, simply open-minded, free to experience the full range of life's possibilities. The Vox rulers could not refuse my military genius, couldn't ignore the many victories I gave them, but they would not tolerate my behavior, accept my desires as natural. So they sent me out here, a hero's exile, where I won't poison the minds of youth with my bizarre ideas and perverted lifestyle. Bigoted fools. You see, Captain, we are not all that different, you and I. We are different from the majority of Vox, and so we, in Vox eyes, are both monsters.
Please don't get philosophical on me. I think this is where I'll call it for tonight. It's either that or I go back to Starbase. But... yeah, I don't know what to do at the moment. I mean, the first thing I want to do is check out Beta Brahe over here and follow that particular thread. I've also got 2 unlabeled coordinates in my notes. So I'll look for them. 639.5, 231.2. That is Beta Brahe, isn't it? Yep. So definitely want to check that out first, I think, because that's going to lead somewhere with the Cyrene. You can also check out the Druge. Where are they? The Druge and the Ruby Spear. They're over on the right-hand side there. This is where their trade world is located, so that is also somewhere I can potentially look. But yeah, this frigging beast hunts. We're looking for a yellow star in a constellation of, quote, long, thin creature who has swallowed the huge beast. I assume huge beast is referring to a supergiant. One of these things. But we're looking for a, quote, long, thin beast. And I assume it's referring to a single constellation here, so maybe that's... Maybe. Swimming Carcass, how you doing? We met the Oars tonight. You would be a fan. Let me just go and check there very quickly. I don't think it's there, but that's where I'll call it for tonight. I'll just explore that star system. Take a look to see if there's any interesting biological things that show up on the scans. Murder them if necessary, and then we'll call it there. I don't think this is it though. And I'll take the stars route and listen to this lovely music. It's basically 21:57. That's not good. Got so much more to do. We need to track down the Utzwig, I think it was pronounced, and find the Ultron. I've got 2 of the 3 items for that. I need the Ruby Spear from the Druge. I've definitely got a portal or 2 which will take me close to there, so that is also something I need to check out next time. We need to track down the bomb. We need to track down the Sun device. We also need to go to Arcturus to check out the... I can't pronounce that name. Ur-Quan or whatever it was. Check out what they left behind. But most importantly, I need to find this damn beast so I can give it to Admiral Zex so I can get the show 60 females. That's my top priority. Right, is it in here? Reached a point in the game where I do not care about minerals. Hello? Maybe? Remember, it's something very unique, so I'm just looking at the stuff that's moving. No. Looking for little green dots. It's not in this constellation. Alright, that is what I'm going to call it. I'll spend a bit of time overnight looking at the star map and trying to figure out where this damn thing might be. I'm still shocked that it's not in here. I'm stunned by the fact that it's not in there. I mean, that looks sus as fuck. The only thing that doesn't make sense, I guess, is the whole... where is it? Long, thin creature who was swallowed the huge giants, or whatever it was. I lost that word. No, swallowed the huge beast. It's got to be near a supergiant, surely. I just can't think where. Alright, let me give this some thought overnight, and next time I will take a look and see if I can figure this shit out.